Hello everybody, welcome to episode 54 of the Megavision Show, the companion podcast to Megavision's magazine. Today is October the 4th, 2020. I'm Graham, the production editor of Megavisions. Joining me this week is Scotty, Mo Money, Mo Problems, the managing editor for Megavisions, and sadly, Chris won't be joining us this week again, but instead we have a special guest. We have the Nic Flair. Nic is the former editor and contributor to SEGA Addicts and the current Internet Hermit. This is what I have in my show notes. So welcome, Nic. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for stepping up and coming in Chris's stead. How's it going, guys?
Thank you for having me.
Well, brilliant. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah. How's it going, Nic? How are you doing?
Oh, good. Yeah. Out and about, just pressing the flesh, meeting people, just lots and lots of social interaction. Definitely.
Brilliant. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Licking door handles and all that stuff. Door handles. No, the escalator handguard. You can stay in place, and then the whole thing just cycles for you. So, love it. Love it.
Nic makes that with the world on a daily basis.
Okay, moving swiftly on from that, Scotty, what have you been up to this week?
Yeah, well, I want to say thanks again, Nic, for hopping on, and also present the viewers, listeners. Nic is a friend of the site and used to work with SEGA Addicts with me and TJ and Brett. He's also indirectly the reason that we play Sonic Shuffle every year on the Dreamcast Marathon.
If I knew that, I would have said no to this. God damn you.
Yeah, so it's very much like, I don't know how it actually came up. You might remember better than me, Nic, because he genuinely enjoys that game, or did, and that was his defense. So he was like, if anyone's familiar with Giant Bomb and their Mario Party streams, he was the Dan Reichert of SEGA Addicts, because he was like genuinely excited and pro Sonic Shuffle, while everyone else was like, kill me now, please. What are you talking about? So wow. Do you remember how that initially started at all, Nic, or like where?
We did the podcast and we were doing our Game of the Week segments, and we kept coming up with games to play. And one week I was like, we should do Sonic Shuffle. Like, that would be cool. Like, how have you guys not done Sonic Shuffle yet? And then all of you, like, it was, if we were physically together, you would have like thrown garbage at me. Like, you guys thought I was joking. And I was like, no, like, come on, guys. Like, Sonic Shuffle. We all love Sonic Shuffle, right? Apparently no.
Brilliant.
And I think that came from there was some like realization of how patient of a person you are, because that game was known for having horrible load times and just not a fair game at all. And either you came to that realization or someone else did, because we're like, Nic, I think you're just more patient than us, because this is all bullshit. This is all...
Well, it was just like, somebody was like, how long's an average game? And I was like, oh, just a little, like 3-4 hours. It's not that big a deal.
That's insane. Oh my god. I can't really complain though, because I'm well known for having controversial opinions about games. So if you enjoy it, you crack on, my friend. You crack on. But yeah, I've only played it properly with people once, and that was at last year's marathon. And oh my god, I think I mentioned it before. I remember turning to Ashley, who was next to me, because a game came up and we both went, what are we meant to be doing? And then like 2 seconds later, the game was over. We're like, what just happened? What's going on?
You're like, did I win? Was I even playing? Are we playing the same game? What's happening?
All right, round 2? God. No? All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez.
So
I guess, to bring it back to what I've actually been doing, not much really. Update on my PS4 that's the hard drive is either dead or corrupt. I got the parts, but I didn't perform the surgery yet. So more on that later, I guess, eventually. I just haven't had time to sit down with it, and I guess that shows how important it is that I haven't gotten to my PS4, like, reviving it again or whatever. But
I'm glad you're not a doctor, actually, because imagine if a surgeon was like, well, we got the heart, we just... just give us a week or two. We'll put it in your husband. It's fine.
Back burner.
Yeah, is it still on ice? All right, keep it on ice. I'll be there in a day or so. But no, I do have a quick pickup, I guess. It's not a new release, but I finally got a vinyl by the local synth group Arcade High. See if I can hold that right there. But I saw them open for the Midnight And I dug them, and they didn't actually have any merch then. They were like just starting their tour and just starting to do stuff. So, but I really dig their stuff. Arcade High, and I'll show you guys the vinyl because it's pretty. It's a bright, like Nickelodeon orange, we'll call it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Arcade High is cool. If you guys dig the Midnight or like Time Cop 1985, their name is, I forget. But check them out. Hometown Heroes, Arcade High. That's all I really did or grabbed this week, though.
Nice.
Awesome. Cool. So for me this week, you've actually just reminded me, so I had to put it in the notes. So after last week's episode, I listened to Twerp for the first time properly. I feel like I had heard of them, but I'd never really listened to them.
Video froze for me, so I'm probably interrupting you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, what was that? Whoa.
I said, I asked you what you thought, and if you listened to the hit, and then your video froze as I was talking, so I probably interrupted you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think you froze for me, but that's fine. Don't worry. We'll power through. That's fine. We'll get through this. I watched the video that you sent me, and then I also listened to a load of it on Spotify. Really enjoyed it. Really dug it. My kind of music.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna listen to more of it. So, I think you've added a new fan to their list. So,
nice.
Well done.
Twerp
well done,
is
you.
amazing. Nick, have you ever heard of Twerp? TWRP. It's short for Tupperware Remix Party.
No. Interesting.
That's okay. Are you familiar with the band Ninja Sex Party?
Can't say that I am.
It's one half of Game Grumps, Danny. It's his band, his Ninja Sex Party. And they essentially, the backing band for Ninja Sex Party is Twerp. And they have this amazing theatrical show that these personalities, like, they all have crazy costumes, and essentially their story is like they join from opposite ends of the universe to form this rock band. And there's a guy that's like half lion, half man. The main singer, or the main frontman, Dr. Sung, has a huge cone on his head and like rope lights and like very well done costumes overall, but they have this whole persona. And I told Graham initially, like, it's going to sound super pretentious, but it's one of those bands where if you listen to them, you can't really gauge whether or not you like them because you have to see them live. Like, you have to experience their show. It's so ridiculous. Like, even if you don't care for their music, still their show is a great time where they, like, after they finish their set, they'll come back for the encore on hoverboards and like ridiculous stuff like that. There's nunchucks involved. There's guitars involved. All kinds of stuff.
That's awesome.
That sounds really fun. Yeah, I'm digging their music though. I feel like as a gamer, just the music kind of just hits home almost. Like I can feel it very much. The game, what do you call it? The influence from like gaming and stuff. Anyway, yeah, and also I can't get the 80s vibe as well, which I'm all about. So love it.
Oh yeah. They said in a random tweet recently because one of their albums was released and someone was talking about something else, but basically they adapted their aesthetic from the box art of blank VHS tapes that you would use to record things on, like the rainbowy sci-fi aesthetic. Like they use that as their main like theme overall starting out. It's so weird to think about that, but those things had a weird aesthetic to them. So, but I'm very happy that you actually checked them out and you dug them.
Yeah, I do this. I'm always buying games that Chris recommends and stuff, and
you pretty much buy or download something each week that we tell you about. So you're going to be broke in like another month.
Yeah, probably. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm not going to have any savings from this lockdown. That's for sure. Speaking of which, that moves me onto my pickups this week. So, I picked up a few games, but technically 2 of them I picked up using one of the services on Xbox. So I finally subscribed to EA Play through Xbox. Because I really wanted to play Unravel 2, and also I was really interested in A Way Out, and like A Way Out on its own is like £25, and Unravel 2 was about £25. But for an annual subscription to EA Play, it was £20. So I'm like, I'd almost be stupid not to do this. So I did that, and then, I kid you not, literally the next day, I got an email from Microsoft saying, "Great news! Anybody who subscribes to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate also gets EA Play for free." And I was just like, "Oh damn it!" Like, so,
do they refund you? Like, can you?
So, I did put out a tweet, sort of joking about it, because even though I'm just like, "Oh my god, I'm an idiot," at the end of the day, I've spent 20 quid. I'm not overly bothered. It's not like I've spent 500 quid on like another games console or something. So And then someone else, I think it's actually from Sonic Stadium, Gavi. I'm pretty sure he's over from Sonic Stadium. He actually replied to my tweet, sort of saying that don't worry, if you've already subscribed to EA Play, you actually kind of get that added onto your Game Pass Ultimate, so you kind of get 4 months extra free or something on Game Pass Ultimate.
Wow.
So that's the way they've worked it. So yeah, and Microsoft has sort of said, yeah, and if you don't want Game Pass Ultimate, I mean, it's awesome, so why wouldn't you? But if you don't want to pay for the Game Pass Ultimate, you can just pay for EA Play, like on its own, if you really want to. But if you're already a subscriber to either of them, you kind of basically you get the money added on for free or months for free. So they've done it a really good way, I think. So makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny that this was like for like the last couple of years, I'm just like, I don't really want to get EA Play. I'm not sure about this. And then like finally it's like, I'm going to do it. And then it's just like, no, God damn it. Oh man. But so I played a bit of Unravel 2. Really good, really fun co-op multiplayer, very chilled, but just kind of entertaining. If you've never played it. And A Way Out. Have you guys ever heard of A Way Out?
Yes, I have.
Excellent. Have you played it?
I have, but I think I keep getting it confused with that PS4 exclusive where you're two dudes. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Never mind. Maybe I am thinking of that game.
Yeah, A Way Out, you're two prisoners. Like you're in jail, and you kind of have to escape jail and go on the run. But it's the game designed to be co-op only, and the game is at home. It's split screen, so you see like both players playing at the same time, but one person might be in a cutscene, one person might be doing something, and like it's really well done. I'm really impressed with it. I mean, the graphics, visually, it's not the best looking game, but it's fine. But I was really impressed with how it actually works out and plays. I was playing it with Kate though, and she was not enjoying it as a game. She was just like, oh, "What's going?" Like she just didn't like the brutality. It's kind of quite rough because it's like prison life, and you're getting sort of stabbed.
I actually
and stuff.
think Scotty would like it a lot.
Yeah. Oh, really?
You might do. Yeah, I think it's really good.
I think I got it confused with Days Gone. Because I kept thinking it was only called Way Out, and I kept thinking Way Out, Days Gone, like these two-worded games that are maybe they came out roughly the same time or something.
Maybe.
Why do you think I would like it, Nick?
It's the game's cinematic direction is a lot like a movie, and it's kind of as opposed to a buddy cop, it's like a buddy prisoner movie. Like these guys trying to escape prison and going on hijinks, and there's bits where you kind of can take a break from it and just do stupid stuff like play chess with each other or like darts or whatever, and it's fun little things, and they have like back and forth dialogue. It's great.
Yeah, I'm actually really impressed with, and I don't know if it works like this on PlayStation at all, but I know on Xbox, if you've got a friend, for example, who's got an Xbox but doesn't have the game, they can still play the game with you. Because it's designed for co-op, they've done it in a way that you can do friend sharing with the game. So if I've got the game, I can go, come and join my game, and I'll send you an invite, and you can literally play the game with me. Yeah,
I want to say that they did do that with all ways that you can play it because it is co-op required, essentially. So I feel pretty confident that they did that so that they wouldn't like deter people from, you have to buy whatever. It's like DS cart sharing,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
or something
I didn't know if the PlayStation's capable of that. I assume it is, but I want to.
They tried for a real hard time to do the share my controller mode and all that bullshit, and that was horrible.
God.
But so hopefully this is outside of that. But yeah,
yeah. So I switched to Unravel 2 to play with Kate, and she enjoyed that game a lot more. It's definitely a better game for her. But then I also picked up something else, which I kind of already own, but I picked up on another console, and that is a surprise for later, though. So it's actually going to be my pick of the week this week. So you guys probably know, because if you scroll down our outline, you'll see it. But if you haven't, don't scroll down.
But maybe I didn't.
Okay, brilliant.
Can I make a quick co-op recommendation?
Please do.
Actually, two, because I know your girlfriend's not into video games. One of them, if you haven't already played Overcooked, that's a pretty fun, goofy.
Okay.
It could go one of two ways. You could end up fighting as a result of the game, but the same playstyle almost. The game Moving Out is a lot of fun.
Oh, I've never even heard of that
on Switch, and Rachel and I have been enjoying it. I think she's having more fun with it than I am, honestly, which is weird because I just get frustrated that we don't get things accomplished. But Overcooked is a really good time. I know Nick knows that game. we've tried that with a couple different couples, Rachel and I have, and it would usually end up. This is Nick, you'll know what I'm talking about, but anyone that knows the game, it's essentially a cooking game where if there's 4 people playing, there's 5 tasks to be done. If there's 2 people playing, there's 3 tasks to be done. So you have to balance and multitask. But whenever things are definitely going south and it's like the last 5 seconds, no matter where I am, I will try to grab the fire extinguisher and just fire it and rotate my character. like, this is panic mode, whatever. We're not going to beat this level. Let me just spin around like an idiot.
That sounds like you.
That sounds cool. I've watched a lot of Hell's Kitchen, so I'm sure I can handle this.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. That's exactly it. Gordon Ramsay's in it. He pops in every now and again. He's not in that show, or is he? I don't know. I don't care.
No, yeah, he is.
There you go.
That's his show. Anyway, so Nick, buddy, welcome. And what have you been up to this week?
It's been the same week as every week.
One week.
Lockdown, pretty much. I mean, I'm kind of Scotty knows this. I'm kind of really invested in my work. So for a long time, living in San Francisco, I had like a long commute to my office, work long days, would commute back.
Yeah.
So I was pretty much wake up, drive in, work, drive home, eat, sleep. So I had literally no time. So the positive sides of lockdown is I've been able to get back into a lot of things that I've left off. Cooking being one, fitness, and more relevantly, a lot of video games and podcasting. But even though I've been at home, it's funny because the game that I've been playing most is like the Gordon Ramsay mobile game, actually.
Oh, really?
Which is
wow. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, well, it's just like Restaurant Dash where you just run around and make the dishes and stuff. But Gordon Ramsay actually has voice clips in the game.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
And it's so funny. Like, I don't know why, but I'm really into it. And it's just like a minute to 2 minutes each level, and they have like actual dishes and different Restaurant Dash.
Restaurant Dash. Gordon Ramsay.
I love that his name is part of the title of the game. Restaurant Dash. Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, it's kind of like the Kim Kardashian experience. Like they attach celebrities to games. I've told my story. I've told my story about the Kim Kardashian game already to Scotty.
Yes, you have.
So we won't go into that. But yeah, I'll tell you later. The big thing I've been getting back to, like, I watched that Nintendo Switch Direct thing a few weeks ago and saw some of those games. They've got Fitness Boxing 2, which I'm excited for. Just it's the fitness boxing as is on the Switch has been a big part of my fitness routine. Just doing like 45-minute sessions every other day. So I'm excited to see what they add for the second one. I mean, even if it's just like new routines, it'll be fine. I definitely get my money's worth out of it. And they put up a showcase for a game that I forgot about, Empire of Sin, which is by Paradox, who made XCOM. So it's like XCOM, but set in the 1920s during Prohibition with like gangsters. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that, and that's going to be out December. So looking forward to that. As far as like things that I've bought, I actually just last night bought Rock of Ages 2. I already had it on PC. And
I love that game so much.
So here's the thing, right? So I was playing with someone, and we were playing online, and we were trying to figure out games, and all we had in common at the time were like Overcooked, which we've played a lot, Super Smash Brothers, which we've played a lot, Mario Kart, and we're just looking through the online, and Rock of Ages 2 is on sale. And our old podcast buddy Elle reviewed Rock of Ages 2 for SEGA Addicts, and she kept telling me, like, you got to play this game. It's great. It's silly.
Yeah, she loved it.
And I'm like, yeah. So I installed it. I bought it, installed it just to see what was going on. I didn't do the tutorial, so I walked into the game with the worst way possible. And this other person had never heard of the game, so it's just like, we're firing it up, and I'm like, what is happening? What is going on? We got our ass beat by computers.
Oh, God,
man.
Yeah,
blind leading the blind.
That is one game
Yeah.
I'd say you do need a tutorial for. Like, but the tutorial mission's actually done quite well when you actually do it, I think.
Okay, perfect. Because I think we might go back to it, but we were just like, what is happening? I don't understand. Yeah, other mobile game like Among Us, which is also on PC. You know, I don't need to talk about it. Pretty much anybody who's in the game sphere knows what's going on with Among Us.
It is the Fall Guys, which is the Fallout, Fortnite, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute. It's fun. I like line games, so I think that pretty much anybody, you would be a hoot to play with, Scotty. I think.
I think I could, but you have to have a good group for that. Like it's the same way if you like. It's the same way with like it could be night and day doing a D&D campaign. If you have a good dungeon master or one that just can't get into character, stuff like that.
I was playing with some friends recently, one who's in the UK, and we were going around, and I didn't know the game at all, so I was like, hey man, buddy system, like let's go, let's do the thing, and we're talking, and I was like, yeah, my friend Will, he's drunk, and so I trust him, and he's my good buddy, and as I'm saying this out loud, he kills me. And, and like I had to immediately mute my microphone because I was on voice chat with some other people because I just yelled at the top of my lungs. I was furious because at the audacity of him to kill me while I'm talking about how much I trust him. So it's that, and like I said, I didn't realize we could do visuals. I forgot. Like I said, I've been going back to focusing on cooking, so I actually picked up a fancy kitchen knife.
Ooh! Oh wow!
Shiny.
Well, for the audio listeners, Nick just brandished a very shiny, sharp-looking knife.
That's straight out of the sheath.
Yes. And this one actually came in the mail.
Wow, that looks like a little Rambo. Like, that looks like a survival knife, like a little mini.
Yeah, it is. It is a survival knife.
Okay, I was going to say that.
So I just got. I subscribed to a one of those monthly fancy boxes, and they sent that. So I just
wait. They send you a knife every month?
No, they don't send me a knife every month. So it's like it's a box of curated goods. So this month's theme was outdoors, like survival. So I got like a survival knife and a
live squirrel
hammock.
You have some cool box things over there. We don't get that in the UK.
I don't know what that What do they ship you? Just a knife and a live squirrel and say this is your training or what?
No, so it's called the Gentleman's Box. It's like one of those high-end curated goods sort of things. So last month they sent me some grilling stuff. So like I got a fancy apron and a cookware set. Not that knife. But like grill stuff, and like a wood carving board.
That's actually really cool because pretty much all the boxes you hear about are the most useless. Like my shelf, for those that are looking, you can see all the dumb pops that and like amiibos and stuff that I have. Like most boxes you hear, like this is the anime box. You get a wall scroll, a pillowcase, all this other stuff that's just going to take up space and do nothing. But that sounds like the most practical monthly box I've heard of.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and they're highly curated, so they're a little more expensive, but they only come every 3 months. So if you buy like an average box, it works out about the same price what you'd pay anyway. So
that's cool.
Interesting.
Nice.
I have a quick question about the boxing game. Do you have Ring Fit, or did you try that at all?
I did try it.
Comparable to that, or?
So Fitness Boxing was one of the launch titles for the Switch. So it's really early. So like the graphics are a little stilted. There's a lot to be desired with the motion detection. Like I have my things about the wireless connection, and it'll miss punches, and I like people who have heard me doing it will just like hear the boxing going on, and just in the middle of it I'll be like because it misses something and it messes up my punch combo and what have you.
Interesting.
But Ring Fit came out later. Of the two, I do boxing more, but I liked a lot of the Ring Fit stuff. I think it's really neat.
Okay.
And it's one of those things that you have to pace yourself with, because I did Ring Fit like a year ago or whenever it first came out, and like I vastly overestimated how fit I was, because I was just like
That's the general consensus, it seems, for anyone that already works out or already does something. They're like, "Oh, I'll bump this bitch up a notch," and then you're like, "Oh my god, I can't move my arms now." Like that stuff. Yeah.
They have a good video of the WWE wrestlers like all doing it and getting around doing it, and some of them who are like outrageously fit, they smash through it no problem. But other ones are like, "Why is this so difficult?"
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm still doing Ring Fit. I don't know if you are, Graham. Graham actually was able to get. Long story short, when they were not anywhere, Graham found one and actually shipped it to me. So we've been using Ring Fit, but it's kind of getting repetitive. We kind of dig the mini games more than the actual adventure mode now. But it's still. I did it this morning because I still do. This is 100% nerd talking. Like, I feel better each day that I do it because it wakes me up more than getting up and having breakfast or a caffeine in the morning or something. So I still recommend it overall, but I'm definitely getting repetitive. So I'm thinking about finding other stuff that is comparable, but I don't know.
Do you do it daily?
I used to, but I really got out of that habit. So it's kind of every other day now.
Yeah, and that's the repetitive thing is that I used to do yoga daily, and that got really repetitive.
That's half a Ring Fit, basically. Yeah.
Even though it was like different sessions. So I switched to boxing, which I did daily, and then that got repetitive. And for whatever reason, it took me a really long time to be like, oh, just switch them, alternate them every other day. And that's the easiest way to do it. So if you do get into the boxing, I would just rotate it with your Ring Fit if that's if the switch is your method. But December the Boxing 2 comes out, and if you do decide to do it now, it will import data from Fitness Boxing 1.
Okay,
which I was looking
that's what it's called.
To, so
Fitness Boxing, making notes here. Thank you. Cool. That's good to hear.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sure. I think with Ring Fit they really need to release some like expansions or downloadable extra just mini games or I don't know extra levels,
just different backgrounds, levels like you were saying at one point, Graham.
Yeah, I think that'd be so much cooler. Well, that's brilliant. So I guess that'll wrap up our week, our news, our little weekly tidbits, and that'll move on to our feedback of doom. Yeah,
is that what we're going with now?
That's what I'm calling it. I can't think of anything better. So that.
Hey, I was with alliteration to the feedback forum, but whatever.
Oh, feedback forum. That's probably better, actually. God damn it. Okay, feedback forum. We're changing it.
It doesn't have a fun like feedback forum. There's nothing with that, so I don't know what you want.
You could say it like a Roman emperor, because those are the people who did the original forums. So.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, how do they?
Now entering the feedback forum. That's not Roman. Sorry, I'm done.
Love it. That'll do. I'm going with that. I love that. Cool. So one bit of feedback which we got from YouTube, in fact, this was actually based on a couple of episodes ago, but I only saw it just after we recorded the previous episode. So just for Nick and the audience, if you weren't listening, we actually did our feature discussion was on who did it best, Xbox Series X or PS5 with their announcements and reveals. So talk not necessarily what console do you necessarily want to get, but which company do you think showed off their wares a bit better and kept the gaming world more informed about what they were doing with the console and the games coming out. And I think between us we all kind of said that we felt the Microsoft and Xbox did slightly better reveals and the information was coming out a bit better than Sony. Not necessarily that we're all going to get Xboxes. I think Chris, for example, wants to get PS5 over Xbox. Scotty, I can't remember where you landed. You probably PS5.
I don't give a shit.
You don't give a shit. Oh yeah, Old Man Gamer came out, didn't he? I forgot. Old Man Gamer came out and was grumpy, and you had to put him to bed because. Anyway, so Rinku Maltani, I hope I'm getting that name correctly. They said CGI versus gamesplay. PS5 win. So obviously they're saying they felt that the PS5 showed more gameplay than Xbox did. And I was like, that's actually a very good point. Which company actually showed off the most gameplay? And I actually went back and went to some different articles, finding all the video trailers of all the different reveals to see which ones actually had more gameplay footage or were focused more on gameplay and which ones were more CGI or possibly they were using in-game engines, but not actually showing gameplay footage. 'Cause, you know, sometimes they can show the in-game engine, but they might have the camera angles at weird angles, and they're clearly not actually showing gameplay. And so yeah, I did a tally of them, and I don't know if you guys remember, Microsoft actually did do another reveal before Sony's, like way back in May. We showed off quite a few games. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And so they actually have shown more games. So these are not all Xbox exclusives. So some of these are on PS5 as well. But I've just gone with what was shown at the different events. And so for Xbox with sort of non-gameplay footage, there were 13 games. For Xbox games which had gameplay footage, there were 22. And so for PS5 with non-gameplay, there was 17 games. And for PS5 showing gameplay, there were 8. So actually, Xbox showed off more gameplay footage than Sony by more than double. So if your argument is that Sony showed off more gameplay footage, technically you're wrong. Sorry. Which actually surprised me. I was genuinely thinking Sony did show off more gameplay footage, because from memory, I felt like I saw a lot more gameplay footage. But when I went back through, I was like, I'm doing that earlier today. I was just like, oh my God, this list is getting long and long and long. So yeah, it just seemed that there seemed to be a lot more gameplay footage shown from Microsoft's part there, which was pretty cool. What do you guys think of that, actually, though? Does that make you think you change your mind at all, or how do you feel?
It's actually almost triple. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Scotty.
Mine's real quick. Sony didn't say sporadically that Spider-Man or anything's delayed.
Yeah, okay.
Halo news. Yeah. I think the Halo thing's going to hurt them more than help them.
Oh yeah,
so
definitely.
Numbers are numbers, but you know, it's all about the appearance as well, like the PR appearance. I don't know what you would call that, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. It is actually almost triple as I'm looking at it. Xbox with gameplay is 22, PS5 gameplay is 8. And I wonder if there's a couple things like the impact of some of these, because like I couldn't tell you what Scarlet Nexus and the Gunk and some of these games are, and just bear in mind I didn't pay super close attention either, so it's, you know, that could be on me. But like I think also, and it's a cynical part of me, I wonder which of these are actually going to make it to market, because like Scalebound had gameplay. Scalebound was for years, and and they bought it and shelved it, and so it's back and forth for me.
That's fair enough. Yeah. So yeah, just the Gunk, and what was the other game you mentioned?
Scarlet Nexus.
Scarlet Nexus. Yeah, I had completely forgotten about them, and there's also another game I completely forgot. Oh, Bright Memory Infinite, which are shown at the Xbox reveals.
So bad.
But when I look back at them, I was like, these games actually look really fun. Like the Gunk is kind of like a 3D platformer. I've actually forgotten what Scarlet Nexus is now, but Bright Memory Infinite.
I don't know.
Oh, it's like an anime style game, actually. It's kind of they're fighting in a city and stuff. That sort of showed off some gameplay footage and fighting in the city. I was like, wow, that looks really cool. And then Bright Memory Infinite looks also really, really cool. It's hard to explain.
It's also interesting looking at. We don't need to go down the whole verbatim list. But it's interesting, all the PS5 gameplays, those are pretty much first party, except for like GTA and stuff. So you kind of wonder, like, was it Microsoft that said, yeah, just show whatever, we'll get in as much as anything, and then maybe Sony was like, we only want our games to show gameplay. That's just kind of conspiratory, whatever, but you know what I mean.
Look, maybe it could be a marketing strategy too, because it's like, show what exclusives there are, that way they'll be motivated to buy the PlayStation 5, as opposed to Xbox being like, show everything so that they know that they have options.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because I think that's the key thing that's come out. It seems like Sony is doing way better with the exclusives. That's for sure. So in some ways, the PS5 does seem more appealing because of that. But I don't know. I'm leaning towards Xbox again. After I looked back through this list and watched some of the trailers, I was like, actually, you know what? This is looking pretty cool. So yeah, that's cool. No, thanks for your feedback though, Rinku. So yeah, good point you made, and led me down the rabbit hole of investigating. So thank you very much. And another bit of feedback which came from Discord. So this is based on we've actually had this for a couple of weeks now, but mostly last week. He said, You're all insane when it comes. I'm going to do that in an American accent. That sounds weird in an English accent.
Oh,
You're all
it's also
insane when it
tornadoed.
comes to super. What did I say?
Sorry. Oh, you just didn't mention who was saying it.
Oh, I thought I did say. Sorry, Tornado Jones. Tornado Jones said this on Discord. Sorry. Yeah, I'm actually not going to do the American accent.
Please.
It's terrible.
Oh, come on.
Oh no, come on.
Okay.
I
I'll
did
do it.
my Roman thing.
Okay. I'm gonna have to start with a howdy, y'all. You're all
God.
insane when it comes to Super Mario 64. Controls aren't as bad as you say. The Switch port is just as bad. That is not an impression of Tornado Jones. That's just a random American I can only do. So there we go.
It's not bad.
Thanks. So yeah, we were talking last week about Mario 64, and Scotty, you mentioned about the controls. Especially, we're talking about the wing cap situation, and the camera controls were a bit awkward because they kind of still use the digital, like pressing a C button style, when we've actually got an analog stick to do it with, so it's not really a fluid movement of the camera. So for me, I actually still like Mario 64's controls in general. I just agreed that the wing cap, I forgot that when you sort of go down a bit, it sort of really pushes you up, so it felt really... I forgot how difficult it was to do some like really accurate maneuvers. But I agree with Scotty on the camera controls. It would have been nice if they did something to make it a bit more of an analog effect with the camera angles, but it doesn't bother me. The actual controls, I think, are fine. Like, I was happily doing wall kicks and backflips and side flips and stuff for that game. So, yeah, I'm cool with that. So,
Was it a straight port for the 64? They didn't go with the DS
it's a
version?
straight 64, which is something Scotty mentioned as well, because the DS version has way more stuff in it, and it would be really cool if they did that. But yeah, as Scotty said last week, they did nothing with these games to port them across. Literally,
It's such a petty thing, and normally I don't care about this shit, but it's still in 3:4 ratio or 4:3 ratio, and that just annoys the shit out of me.
That's weird. I mean, other than the camera being like, because it switched to the Sonic Adventure style camera where you pull the triggers to rotate the camera back and forth.
Even that way, I felt better, but I don't know.
Really? The DS64 it added a bunch of features, has mini games and stuff. The 4 different players. That's insane to me that it would go with the straight N64 one. But
yeah, sadly, but
weird. I wonder if it was not Mario 35th Anniversary, 3D All Stars, whatever. If it was like Nintendo 64 Classics Collection, if maybe they would bring the DS version out instead. I don't know, because then that brings in the other characters: Wario, Yoshi, Luigi. But this one is just straight up Mario. But yeah, I don't know.
For some reason, I feel like
how Nintendo thinks. Sorry, Graham.
Calling it Mario All Stars Collection or whatever, I feel like then the DS version would make more sense because it has more of the Mario characters in. So
yeah,
I don't know. That just seems a bit strange to me.
You do start the game as Yoshi, so maybe they're just like, nah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I need to go back and play the DS version.
Oh, sorry, there was a lag there. I was saying that she's like, I've never played these, so, I'll check them out maybe or whatever. And then I was playing Mario 64. She's like, oh, wait, I think, was this on the DS? I'm like, well, they did a port of it. She's like, I played that one. I didn't know this was the same game. Because this doesn't even, some parts of it are just shit. Well, again, though, I didn't know you started as Yoshi, so maybe that's why she was thrown off by that. But that's interesting. So I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, there we go. So that was all the feedback I think we had actually from the last couple of episodes. But thanks for sending it in, Tornado and Rinku. Brilliant stuff. And if anyone does have any more feedback or comments on the show, just let us know. Come to our Discord, drop in the channel. We'll pick it up. And that moves on to Scotty Moe's Mail Sack of Wonder.
Yeah, it's the mail sack. We got the mail sack. Beautiful mail sack. Oh, nope, that's wrong. That's very wrong.
I was totally ready. That's right. It's the Mail Sack of Wonder. So let's unzip this bad boy. And welcome to the Mail Sack. Sarahnex, aka Caesar, says, since you're going to talk about Scotty's many poor financial decisions, I'll get to what he means in a second. What is the one absolute poorest decision you came to regret? And on that token, what is the one poor financial decision you made that you know was a poor decision, but you would make it anyway if given the option? So what he's referring to is the Nick, are you familiar with how Sega Japan is releasing the Game Gear Micro? Do you know about that at all?
No.
Oh shit, son. Well, let me give you the short version. basically Sega's doing this whole 60th anniversary thing, and they announced actually I don't even know if it was them or another thing, Famitsu or whatever, I forget how it came about. But anyway, what's getting released is, there's the Genesis Mini, the Nintendo and the SNES Classic Mini, whatever. There's arcade machines, there's the Turbo Graphics. Sega's doing a Game Gear Micro, which is literally the size there's 4 of them, 5 now actually, I think, that are the size of a VMU each, and each only have 4 games on them. But there's 4 different games on each of these 4 Game Gear Micros. It's like, oh, and also if you pre-ordered the set of the 4, which is like blue, red, yellow,
white,
black, I think. White's a separate one that was just announced with a bunch of different things on it, a bunch of shmups on it. But they're so small, they each have 4 games, but if you get the set of the 4 together for $200, you get a magnifying screen that used to have, I'm sure you remember all the crazy shit like the fold out speakers for Game Boys and stuff. Like, this is the Mega View, or I forget what it's called, that straps onto it, and so then you can see it. So many decisions could have been like one step or the other in another direction to make these things practical and better. Like, why not have all the games on one version of the console but then release in different colors? Why not make it a tiny bit bigger so you don't need the magnifying glass? Like, it's a keychain sized stupid thing that's only been announced for Japan. And maybe alcohol and pure pressure played a part in this, but I totally pre-ordered the Japanese $200 set of all 4 of them to get.
Oh my god!
I also did as well.
You did?
On the show, when we talked about on the show when we first announced it on our show, I actually ordered it there and then. Do you not remember that?
No, but
I went to Amazon Japan during the show. I was like, I'm doing it, guys.
Yeah, I created an Amazon Prime account, and they've already shipped. They're on their way. I'm a moron.
Oh, they were shipped. I need to double check that. Wow. Okay.
I have, I think so. So I think that's what his question is what's the poorest decision you made, maybe even while you're making it, or maybe in retrospect. And he didn't say this, but I assume it's related to video games, because I was going to mention how I shot a picture in the Discord after Chris Powell said, hey, did anyone else get this confirmation, like that their GG micros are on the way or whatever? I'm like, I gotta check. Oh, apparently mine are. I don't remember seeing the charge, but whatever. I'm gonna get them, because I'm a moron. But it was also one of those things, like, there were so many factors aside from me being stupid. Like, if these come out, they're going to be stupidly rare, and I'll never get them. I do like Game Gear games, and, like, they'll look good on a shelf in the background of a video. Those are horrible reasons, but also it keeps cycling back to, I'm a collector, and if I don't get this now, I'm going to regret it later on, because for some reason I'll want it. It's dumb. But, so... Graham, I guess we'll start with you.
Oh, God.
Do you have one of these stories outside of the Game Gear, or is the Game Gear Micro yours? And that's fine. Fine if it is.
I'm trying to think of gaming stuff that I've really... This is going to sound stupid because no one's really going to agree with me on this. I still kind of semi-regret buying a PlayStation 3. That's like, I've got a PlayStation 1, I've got a PlayStation 2, I want to get a PlayStation 4, I probably will get a PlayStation 5 actually, but my PlayStation 3, basically I enjoyed the Uncharted games on it, and I like Yakuza games, but I don't have time anymore to invest in the Yakuza games, and so, yeah, I kind of don't play it, and I just didn't like using it that much. I hated the menu system, I hated using the online store. I know some people love the menu system, but the online store I thought just infuriated me. This is really petty, stupid stuff, by the way. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not the big. So yeah, that's one console I've bought, and I've been like, yeah, I'm not sure about this, and I've got quite a small games collection for it. So also my Wii. To be honest though, I also don't really play my Wii U either. Although I did get it for Breath of the Wild at a time when the Switch was really expensive, and. So I got my Wii U when the Switch came out. So the Wii U went right down in price. I got Breath of the Wild, and I've got a few other games on it. So yeah, I don't know. Otherwise, and this will blow your mind actually, Scotty. One thing I semi-regret getting actually now is my Surface Book 3.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So I think it's a pretty cool thing. I like what it does. The screen detachment's really good. The battery life is pretty decent. Now that I had to get it. So yeah, Nick, I don't know if you know, I've actually bought a Surface Book 3 not long after it came out. And my one was faulty, basically. There's something wrong with the battery on it. It was like overcharging, basically. It was having too much power for it, basically. So I had to send it back. And I've got another one. It does seem to do the battery seems to last the length that they claim on the website, which is about 17 hours roughly. That's with like basic internet use, like not watching videos and stuff. But I like the screen detachment. I like using a pen on it and stuff. That's all really cool. But for the price of it, it's surprisingly not as powerful as it's been. And on paper, it's not as powerful as it is on paper, if that makes sense. So it's like a £2,000 laptop. I think I could have actually gone for a different brand, like an HP computer laptop or something. Got something with similar specs, and it'd have been half the price. The one advantage of this is I can detach the screen, basically, and the battery life is generally better than most of those. But, you know, I don't know. That's one thing. Like, because I was trying to, like, for example, I do most of my video editing for this podcast on my desktop computer, which is what I'm running on right now. And the actual editing process on the Surface Book is actually fine. It's really quite quick actually doing the editing. But when I come to processing and exporting the video, it takes freaking hours on this thing. On my desktop, it takes like maybe 40 minutes for like a 2-hour episode, roughly. On my laptop, it's like nearly 2 hours. And I'm like, should not be taking this long because the processor is newer. I know it's a laptop processor, so it's not as good as a desktop processor, but it's a much newer processor than the one I got in my desktop PC. And I don't know, I'm just a bit disappointed with that. It's got 32 gigabytes of RAM in it as well, so it's got enough RAM to do this stuff.
Jesus.
So,
yeah.
I'm wondering if it's the video card, because that's what's used to do the video processing, and the laptops have to have a smaller video card. And did you say £2,000?
That's
£2,000. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I know that. Thank you, Scotty. So like $3,000. Like I'm pretty sure like that hyper fancy Razer blade is like $4,000.
Yeah.
So nearly. Holy
and
shit.
the thing is, I saved up for it as well because I've always wanted a Surface Book because I really liked them since they came out. I've used them before. I was really into them. And a guy at work's got the Surface Book 2. He let me use it. And I was like, this is awesome. And this one's newer. It had better insides. Basically, technically, it's all better. It looks good. It's really nice. Its weight is actually pretty good weight. Decent. The screen is beautiful. There's some really good things about it. I think it's a very good machine. But for its price, I'm now doubting myself on it. So that is probably one of those things that I'm like, I'm kind of not sure about this now. So yeah, but that's it. Like if it was half the price, I'd say get it. It's awesome. Buy it for that much. It's great. But yeah, otherwise, yeah. So yeah, Nick, what is your poorest decision? So I just realised I've just been ranting on about that for a while. Just move away.
So I have the feelies. So this one's quick. I have two. I want to say about a year ago, Steam announced that they were discontinuing their hardware production. So like the Steam Link, Steam controller, and I bought the Steam controllers. Not only one, I bought literally as many as I could, like, because I was like, man, I really like playing on PC. I've been searching for like controllers. Like this is the old controller that I've had even all the way back through SEGA Addicts. So this is what I use.
Wow.
I've got Bluetooth adapters for like the Switch controller, the PlayStation 4 controller. I was really looking for a solution for a controller system, and I bought one. And I was talking to my friend, and I was like, yeah, they're discontinuing. They're only $5. That's crazy, right? And they're like, yeah. Could you get me one? And I'm like, yeah. You know what? Yeah, like they're going out of like these might be they might not make these anymore. These could be great. I'm gonna get like 10. And so because that was the price of one, I was like, in for a penny, in for a pound, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I bought 10. They're like, yeah, they're shipping. I bought one separate, and then I went and bought 9 more, right?
Wow.
So I get the first one here, and I can't find the open one. And I'm like, yeah, I set it up. I'm going. I'm like, this feels terrible. Oh my God, no wonder they stopped making these.
Oh, no.
And then progressively over the weeks, I was like my apartment called and they're like, hey, you've got a package. And I was like, damn it. And I go and I get Steam controller. And so I've just got a stack of these sitting in my closet because they're horrendous. I do not like them. They don't have a lithium ion charger, so I have to actually get AA batteries. You have to peel the back off. And so I don't know if you know them, but they don't have physical pads here. So they're touch sensitive pads. So it's cool in theory because I'm like, ooh, I can just drag it around like it's a touchpad, like it's a mouse. No, not in practice. It sucks. I mentioned earlier the Kim Kardashian game, and there's a reason that I didn't want to tell the story right away because it is linked to my biggest financial regret. Right out of high school, I was working and I was working like a desk job. So every now and again, I'd get like 5 to 10 minutes just doing nothing. And there was a game on mobile called Stardom, the A-List. And it was actually a neat game. Like I downloaded it just because, but it was about like building your fame. And as you got more famous, you went from like a D-list, like reality star celebrity, all the way up to like a, big movie star. And you could do like little story actions and what have you to like use your fame to push other people out of the way, like sabotage careers and stuff. And it was actually kind of interesting, and I liked it. And it has microtransactions, and I got addicted to the microtransactions, and I spent upwards of $600 on these microtransactions.
What the fuck? Oh my god! That's a brand new fucking console.
Obviously, it wasn't all at once.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what you're telling yourself.
Aggressively.
Yeah.
I was in the top 100 players in the world.
Well, thank God.
Wow. At least it went somewhere.
But yeah, eventually Stardom became the game that got acquired by Kim Kardashian and her brand. So it's now like Kim Kardashian, the Hollywood Experience or something like that. I dropped off way before she acquired it, but like, man.
Oh, man. How annoying would you be, though, if so you dropped off before she acquired it. How annoying when she acquired it, she goes, so the top 100 people, I'm going to meet them. They're going to come and fly out and we're going to have a fun day together or something. I'm going to go on a shopping trip with them all. Like, come on.
I wouldn't have wanted to meet, like, I mean, I'm sure like Kim Kardashian's going to be watching this and just furious. She's like, fuck that guy. Like, I'm never. But no, I wouldn't have really wanted to meet her. So, I mean, if that was it, like if they were like, yeah, and the top 100 players get $1,000, that would have been like worth it, obviously spending so much money.
But I think if Kim Kardashian invites me over, I'd like to meet her. I'm not a fan of hers at all. Like, I don't really know why her purpose is in life. But, it's, I think, I'd go meet her.
I guess, that's a good point. If it was like free, they're like, hey,
we'll fly you out, you spend the day, I don't know. Yeah. Why not? We'll go shopping.
Nothing against Nick, because I know you personally, but I don't know how much I'd want to meet the top 100 people to play that game.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I agree. As a former top 100 player, I agree.
Oh, that's brilliant. God.
Those are pretty good. I mean, wow, that makes me feel okay about my measly $200 on a couple of Game Gear games or system things. Oh, wow, that's good. Those are fun stories. Despite how, I was. Speaking of the Steam Link thing, I am bummed I missed the actual Steam Link thing because we could actually use that in my house because my PC is upstairs. And we've played games like after the Dreamcast marathon because my PC's down in the living room. We've played games through Steam, through the TV, like co-op stuff and stuff together, me and Rachel. I do kind of wish I had the Steam Link so that I could just bring that stuff down to the TV. I know it's not one-to-one with latency and crap, but it would still be easier than hauling my PC down to the living room, down the stairs and stuff. But
the only thing that holds the Steam Link back is that you need the Steam controller.
Really? Oh, you do? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay. So it sucks.
When I was in GameStop, when I was working in GameStop and we had those, my manager was always keen on, because he was just buying shit left and right. He's like, you know what? I'll get one of these. We'll take it out of the box, let people play it and mess with it and whatever, and it's not a big deal. And I did, and I was like, it feels backwards, because it is. Because those pads are like, it's concave. Convex is when it sticks out. Concave is
concave.
impressed. Yeah, because like, and also the back of it, where your fingers go, it's like a little too thin and narrow almost too. It feels like it looks like somebody tried to make a speedboat out of a controller almost or something.
What's funny is that I remember them saying, "Yeah, we designed this to be ergonomic," and I held it and I was like, "This feels terrible. Like, how could this have possibly been designed to be ergonomic?"
Yeah, like if I throw it in the bathtub, it'll float face up. Great, good job. You did it. You know.
Well done.
Wow.
Yeah, so I understand. I'm sure in your defense, Nick, I guarantee you are not the only person that did that and thought like, I need a dozen of these because they're only $5. Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's just one of those things.
That's brilliant.
No, good question though, Caesar. And then Mr. Haru asks, what game would you want a Battle Royale version to release via La Tetris 99 or Super Mario Brothers 35? So for those that don't know, Tetris 99 is on the Switch. It's a free game. It's 100 people playing Tetris at once, and as you're playing, you throw your junk. Like the basic game of Tetris, when you clear lines, if you're playing against somebody, you throw your junk to that person so they get lines stacked up on the bottom. It's that versus 99 other people. It's really cool. I'll kind of hop in every now and again, especially since it's free. And Nintendo recently did a very cool thing with the first Mario game. It's you versus 34 other players in honor of Mario's 35th anniversary again. Oh. You run through the first Mario Brothers game, and you actually... I just tried this yesterday for the first time. It kind of blows my mind how simple and intricate this is, because as you're playing through the... Like, if the three of us were playing together, I'm running through the first level, and every Goomba I hop on and kill, that Goomba gets thrown to, like, Nick, and it'll eventually appear on his screen. Ooh, and, like, okay. If you're on the next level, or the swimming level, and you're firing fireballs at bloopers, the squid guys, and the different fish and whatever, those will show up in our levels even though we're not maybe underwater. They'll just be a blooper floating through.
Wow. Okay.
It's really cool, and I got decently far in it, but you don't always have to start on the first level either. And sometimes, if people are really far ahead, like someone gets to like World 1-3, it'll shoot everyone to World 1-3 when you finish the first world, get the flagpole and whatever. But you can also toss Bowser into each other's game.
That's to say, can you do that?
I thought he was invincible, but no, he just takes like 5 to 10 fireballs or something. But so a random, like you'll be in the first level and suddenly you'll see Bowser's fire flames coming at you, and like eventually like, Bowser's here. It's like, I don't have a fire flower. What am I going to do? So you just have to either take a hit or try to jump over him. But it's not him on a flat bridge. Like he could be like on the stairs that are leading to the flagpole or something, you know? So it's such a crazy cool idea. That in mind, I'll get mine out of the way. The obvious answer, Sonic. But I think you could only be pulled off with Sonic 1 if they did it, because that's the slowest Sonic. So it's more platforming than it is speed. Like they really introduced more speed in Sonic 2, but it just wouldn't work beyond Sonic 1, I don't think, because there's so many times, and the 2D games are known for like you're just cruising and then suddenly there's an asshole crab meat in the way that it's like he was right after a loop and I just lost all my rings. Like I think it would only be actually fun, quote unquote, if you did the first Sonic game, because there's enough downtime that you could react in time. Whereas if you did that with any other Sonic game, it just wouldn't. It would just break it. It wouldn't be enjoyable.
I could see that.
That in mind, the explanations in mind. Graham, do you have one maybe?
I'm now trying to think of one. Oh, God.
Do you have one? Do you think of one?
Like
a 2D game. It could be like, you know, Splinter Cell or Hitman or something, you know? I don't know.
Oh, Hitman would actually be really cool because so let me do the one that came to mind, but I want to come back to Hitman. When you said it's obvious, I thought you were going to say Bomberman, because Bomberman would be great.
That could be.
Like throwing the block garbage at whoever and trying to make sure that you have open areas that you can take shelter in, because if you have weak bombs and then get trapped in a small area from randomly appearing blocks, you might be forced to kill yourself.
So it would be more of the single player campaign than a battle mode, then, is what you're kind of saying?
No. It would be a battle mode. So imagine like 2 maps, and as you're destroying the blocks you destroy appear on your friend's screen, right? So then normally you carve out this area to get more of the things, to get stronger bombs, but what happens when you get 2 strong bombs? Some blocks appear, and now your safe zones are blocked off, and you have to find. Yeah,
That could be quite cool.
yeah. But Hitman would be cool too. Like they had that Assassin's Creed version where everybody plays as like NPCs, and you have to go around and try and find that guy. Like that would be cool. A multiplayer battle royale style Hitman kill the other assassins game.
That's cool. I've just thought of one. I've thought of a franchise actually, Legend of Zelda. I think like Legend of Zelda that could be pretty fun with this sort of thing. Like you're going through the world. You might be one person might be in one dungeon, like killing some enemies, and then someone's in the real world, and like those enemies start appearing around them in the main overworld, or like Ocarina of Time or something. Like playing through that, and like suddenly you've got like different enemies like jumping out at you and stuff when they're not meant to be or what have you. I think that could be pretty fun. Like, imagine like Shadow Link just appearing suddenly, like in the middle of like in one dungeon. And you've got to fight him, and like, oh my god!
He pops in like during a boss fight, and you're like, "Fuck, I got to worry about this guy too now." Like,
yeah, exactly. I think that would be really insane.
Yeah, if you could work it, I know that the Ocarina of Time community would latch onto it. I mean, I don't know if you know, but like they have randomizers where they just randomly place the items all over the place and what have you. So obviously the Ocarina of Time community loves kind of switching that game up, but you know.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. I think the thing though is randomizers can very quickly break a game. And because I wanted to try one for a while for the first Resident Evil, and that I feel like that could be I can play that game with my eyes closed, but it could be a randomized. I'm not sure how familiar you both are with the first Resident Evil, but it could do everything. It wasn't just like switch up items, which is kind of how it's a survival part of the game because you're managing your item slots and stuff. But it would do crazy stuff to the point of randomizing the enemies. So you would have like a hunter that can take you on in one hit might show up in like the first hallway instead of the It could be as crazy as the first boss in the game is a giant snake, and you could like go into a bathroom and the snake shows up in there with you. Like,
my god, yeah.
And so it's like, well, the easy way to bypass that is just leave the room. Who cares? But there could be areas that it would just totally break the game. But
would it ever randomize quest items like that you need? Like
everything, everything.
Because I was wondering, would it lock a quest item that you need behind a door that you need something else to get open that door, but you can't get to it because you're going to need that thing to get that thing first? Like with that.
So sophisticated randomizers have what's called like a seeding or logic gate system, so that it checks the randomizer to make sure that it never does something like that. It can make it really difficult, nigh impossible, like putting the first boss in a place where there's also a quest item that you need to progress, but it's never supposed to put the solution to a puzzle behind the puzzle itself. Or lock you out.
That makes me happy then.
So I do still want to. I feel like that would be a fun stream if I tried the first or second Resident Evil with that stuff.
For sure.
I never knew this was a thing. Randomizers, like what?
Actually,
where have I been?
Fun fact, though, Legend of Zelda. Which one's on the SNES? Is that Link to the Past or is that the Game Boy? I don't remember.
Link to the Past.
Nintendo actually did something like this with online capabilities on the SNES in Japan. You could download a randomizer for that game. So why the fuck they didn't latch onto that idea for any other games? Like, I understand in that era why they didn't, but holy crap, dude, people are doing that now. Like, you could have really thrown something
cool.
on it. I like Nick's idea though with the Bomberman. That's a really cool idea, and I think, I hope this catches on with other games though, because Tetris 99 is sweet. Tetris 99 is cool, but it is nothing more than just you playing the same game of Tetris against a bunch of other people, whereas the Mario thing actually changes the gameplay.
So how do you play this Mario game then? Is it a special download for the game, or is it just using the NES online service thing to play that version?
It's just through the eShop. I think it's a limited time, so definitely hop on it now. I know it's not going to be available forever. I don't know if it's bullshit in terms of like you have it on your system, so after you can't download it, you can still play it or not. I'm not sure how the Switch eShop or downloading stuff works with that.
I never know how it works, really.
And is it something you have to pay for, or is it free, this one?
It's free.
Okay. Oh, okay.
As long as you have the online service.
Right.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll go and check it out then. Sweet.
Yeah, me too.
It's really cool. I was very surprised because I thought it was literally just like progression style, but no, you actually throw enemies at each other. So it's. Oh, and there is also I think what prevents it from being super broken is after you collect 20 coins, you get a random item box. You hit a button, and you could get one of the random items out of there, like either a superstar, a mushroom, fire flower, or I don't think a 1-up is in there because 1-up doesn't matter because once you die, you die. Which is also hilarious because whenever you start the game from level 1, you will get people getting KOs right away because of that first Goomba that they just forget about or whatever. So immediately, oh my god! So it's pretty cool. Yeah, lots of good questions though this week, but that's gonna pretty much. Did you guys have anything else for replies to those, or
no? I think we can wrap up the mail sack,
and that's gonna do it for the mail sack. Turn the page.
Picks of the week.
Welcome back, everybody, and we're coming back with our picks of the week. So, as always, we're going to choose a game, a movie, a book, maybe a board game that we've been enjoying this last week, and we want to talk to you about it and give you a recommendation. It doesn't necessarily have to be the best thing in the world, but we having fun with it, so check it out, basically. So, Nick, I'm going to turn to you as our guest.
Yeah.
What's your pick of the week?
I'm going to double check because you didn't say it. TV shows are good, right? That's fine.
Oh yeah, TV shows fine. Yeah, sorry, apologies.
No.
The whole broad.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I have been watching The Boys, which just came out. Season 2 of The Boys. For anybody who doesn't know, it's a superhero style show. And for anybody who's super tired of superheroes, it might still pique your interest because The Boys is like an anti-take on superheroes. For anybody who doesn't know, it's based on a comic where the premise is that superheroes are common and commercialized in this world. So like they're like superstars. So they're basically celebrities, and they're also like celebrities, mostly degenerates. So they all do bad things. And they use the power of money, influence, and the fact that they have superpowers to cover up those bad things. And The Boys follows this crew of anti-superhero people who are trying to uncover and bring to light some of the kind of shady stuff that they do. I watched all of season 1. It has, what's his name? I forget his name.
Karl Urban?
I think he's Karl Urban. He's such a good actor, and he does not mind. Like he did Dredd 2012, which is probably one of my favorite comic book adaptation movies.
Very good movie.
Oh, nice. He's got it.
I happened to be watching it today, but I didn't see the full thing. I just put it in because I was busy doing something else. But I was like,
okay,
so,
okay, excellent.
In my opinion, that's one of the few remakes that's better than the original.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I won't talk too much about Dredd, but very high praise for it. Karl Urban's great in it. Way better than the comics, in my opinion. I finished all season 1, decided to go read the comics. The comics are vulgarity for vulgarity's sake. It's people having sex and like graphic, and everybody's ugly, and isn't that funny? And I think it's just gross. But the season 1 I thought was all right. I was kind of like solid 6 out of 10 when I finished it. I like season 2 way better. The dialogue is much snappier, in my opinion. Pretty much, I'd say 90% of the characters are more likable or more hateable, which is what you want. You want a reaction out of the characters as opposed to just kind of general apathy. I think they're going some of that Guardians of the Galaxy route with using really strong musical choices to underline certain scene tones. So like there's this one episode that really got me hooked on the song Psycho Killer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that one's really good. And they've changed the pacing because the first one, they released all of season 1 out at once, which was very popular for binging. But, I don't know if it's quarantine or if they're experimenting with changing it, but they're releasing episodes weekly. So when this is released, they've only released 7 episodes. So it's easy to binge through, and they actually make it exciting. Like, I'm legitimately looking forward to Friday because I want to see what's going on, and it keeps me engaged in it as opposed to watching it all at once. So
I did read the comics before. I read the comics as they were coming out initially, and then when the show was announced, I was like, holy fuck, how are they going to do most of the plot points in this?
Yeah.
So we don't need to talk about those, but if anyone's curious, definitely look them up because it's more intense than like Walking Dead comics versus the show in terms of plot devices that really would not do well no matter how you try to spin it on TV.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I need to check this show out still.
So, yeah, just Nick, how accurate to the comic book is it? So, for someone who maybe read the comic books but hasn't seen the show, is it quite accurate or?
Some of the characters are characters in name only. So, for example, Huey, who's the main character, is like an Irish, like nobody, like kind of loser character. And he's like middle-aged and he kind of sucks in the comics. And like that's the joke is that, oh, here's this average nobody who sucks and he's going to go and wreck superheroes, right?
Right.
And they change it obviously to a younger kind of kid. He's American. And he's got most of this
eggs look alike or whatever, or is
yes. And I think it's like a continuity joke because Simon Pegg is the dad of Huey, and he's based on like visually he's based on Simon Pegg in the comics. But he's like this. Yeah, he's the same sort of character, but like updated. You know, he instead of being a loser, you know, middle-aged kid, he's like a kid who. So his idealism and wide-eyed, like I don't understand what's going on. Instead of being like pathetic, it's kind of like endearing.
Okay.
So they do change it, I think, for the better. Like Karl Urban's character of Billy Butcher is pretty much the same. He's a degenerate. He's like a anti-superhero, like vigilante, what have you. And then they change a lot of the superhero characters because it was published by DC, so it's a parody of the Justice League. So Homelander is a parody of Superman, and Black Noir is a parody of Batman. And so they change him up. The Deep, for example, is a main character in the series, but he's like not at all in the comics. And he's a parody of Aquaman.
So,
and he's got his own interest.
Is the comic book a DC comic book, or is it just the show that's published by DC?
It's the comic book published by DC, and it's weird that they parodied
it's quite funny,
something that they made. Yeah.
They embrace DC. Don't try to just be we're Marvel but not Marvel. Do shit like this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this show, but I saw that season 2 had come out, and people have told me at work about how good it is. And I thought, okay, I'll watch the trailer. And I think I was not in the right mood for it because the trailer kind of put me off because it was actually quite violent. And I think I don't mind violence normally, but I felt like, so in the trailer, there's just one bit where this guy is like, they're standing on the side of the road. This guy's kissing his girlfriend, like holding her hands, and giving her a nice kiss, like good night from a date. Yep. And suddenly this thing rushes by. She basically explodes, and he's there holding her arms. And like it turns out this like super speedster guys just run through her. He's like, "Oh my god, I can't stop! I'm really sorry." And he carries on running. And I was just like, "Whoa, okay, I'm not in the mood to watch this right now." Like I was just like, that's the rest of it seemed really funny though. But that one bit, I was just like, "Yeah, I'm not in the mood for really violent stuff at the moment." So
and it's also so like just as a content warning, the violence is hyper, the sex is hyper. You know, they make full advantage of not being regulated by on-air regulations. It's kind of like Game of Thrones, that sort of thing. They're like super violent, like naked people, you know, getting up to drugs.
I'm on board again now. Let's do this.
Oh, perfect.
No, it does look quite cool. I think I just was in the right mood, and I like the idea of it. So I think I will try and check it out. Maybe not this week, but maybe next week. But I think I will.
My biggest compliment to it is perfect timing because everyone is Endgame is out, all that's done. Like this is if you weren't getting already worn out with superhero shit, now is the time for something like this. So
awesome. That's a great choice. Great choice. Cool. If it's okay, I'll move on with my choice of the week, so I'm actually carrying on from kind of for the last couple of episodes we've had because for Nick, if you don't know, I kind of made a jokey comment about Sonic Lost World because I was talking about the Mario 3D All-Stars game and how I still enjoyed Mario 64. Back in the day, I didn't like Sunshine, but I've been playing it again and enjoying that. And I used to really like Galaxy, but I started playing it again on the Switch and I just was not enjoying it. And I made a sort of kind of flippant comment / kind of semi-joke about like preferring Lost World to Galaxy, which is Scotty sort of said he didn't think anything of it because I often make just stupid comments like that, and my opinion on games is often quite well. No, okay, I don't make stupid comments, but my opinion on games is often quite out there. Like, there's often games that I always fly in the face of what people say. It seems, but yeah, people picked up on that. Yeah, so yeah, Sonic Shuffle. There you go. For Nick, not for me. I'm not. Anyway, as we discussed earlier.
Clear.
Yeah, just to be clear, yes. I'm not that crazy. And then last week we spoke a bit more about this, and I sort of tried to sort of explain my joke, but also said actually Lost World I didn't think was a bad game. So do you know what? I thought this week I'm actually going to sit down and play Lost World, and so this is actually on the purchase I bought this week. I bought it on Steam because I've got it on the Wii U already. In fact, there's my Wii U copy there. I also own it on the 3DS. So I've got my 3DS copy there. But I bought it on Steam just for ease of play because I'm often in front of my computer, my desktop or my laptop, and the Steam's got the cloud save, so I can play on both things and it just carries on. And also my Wii U's like packs away, so I can't really bother to pull that out. So yeah, I picked it up and started playing it, and it turns out I've never fully played this game. I basically completed the 3DS version, but I hadn't finished the Wii U version. I think I played the first level on the Wii U version and just stopped playing for some reason, and I don't know why, because I'm really enjoying this game. So my pick of the week is Sonic Lost World on Steam or Wii U. Unironically. There you go. So yeah, and yeah, so I picked up the game, I started playing it, and so things about it. I'm just really enjoying it so far. I think visually it looks really good. I think it's actually one of my favourite looking Sonic games. I love there's like a weird texture to some of the levels and stuff, like the grass and stuff, which I think looks really good. I think the music in it is actually very solid. I'm not going to say it's the best Sonic music out there, because I think Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, they've got amazing music that would just last for generations, and it kind of already has. There's some of the 3D Sonic games. I feel like Sonic Adventure had some really good songs in it, but other than that, I can't really think of that many Sonic games that have had amazing music that I just love to hum to and stuff. This game, not all the levels, but some of the levels, I'm really enjoying. They kind of got like a slightly more jazzy, chilled out vibe for some of them, and some of the levels I was genuinely humming along as I was playing them. I was like, oh my god, this is actually really fun. I actually love the way Sonic controls. It's a bit of a love and hate, actually, because Sonic is a lot slower in this game compared to other games. Like earlier, Scotty, you mentioned that Sonic the Hedgehog 1 was the slowest Sonic game. This could be one of the slowest Sonic games, actually. Or maybe Sonic 3D on the Mega Drive, actually, or Genesis, because that was actually quite a slow Sonic game as well. But yes, if anyone who doesn't know hasn't played Sonic Lost World, Sonic, if you just move normally, he does kind of do a little jog, but not very fast. You have to hold down the R trigger, and then he speeds up. But he also does like a sort of parkour move, like climbing over bits and stuff. But even at his full speed, he's not super fast until he hits like a speed boost. Then he'll start to go really fast. But I've just found the game a lot easier to control, because so many modern Sonic games, like Sonic Forces, pushes you so fast, it's almost impossible to control, to the point that Sonic Forces, the game takes control at certain points to guide you around corners, so you're not even playing the game anymore. And that just drove me nuts. But Sonic Lost World, you've got complete control, and we kind of compared it to Galaxy, and people compared it to Galaxy because some of the levels actually have the sort of almost planet style effect, running around like orbs in the sky. And this game's got a lot of cylinder style levels where you can actually run around the whole cylinder of the level, like platform. And I'm loving that, because that actually opens up lots of secret and extra paths in the game, in the levels. Because there's one route I kept dying on. It's like literally the route in front of me. I kept running forward and I kept dying a few times. And I thought, once if I go the other way, I just walked around the other side of the thing, and the whole world like looped around. And there's a completely different path there. And I was like, well, brilliant. And it was so much easier. And yeah, I love the ice levels are really fun. Like Sonic actually skates along and stuff. The desert levels are really cool. I haven't finished the game yet, but I've got really far. I'm quite late into it. It's not as big or as long as, say, Galaxy, for example, or some of the other 3D Sonic games. But I'm just finding it very entertaining. I'm not going to say it's the best Sonic game ever either, but I really like it. I just think it's a very solid game. It's not glitchy. I haven't had any glitchy problems. Controls are brilliant. It feels Mario's Galaxy-esque in certain areas, but I feel it holds up. It's different enough in gameplay style that it holds up on its own in a way. Also, it's got almost like virtually no hand holding in this game at all. Like there's no force tips and help things. You know, like other Sonic games or even Mario games, you'll start the game and go, hey, press forward to run, press A to jump. This has none of that. Like there's controls I didn't even know how to do in this game until the 5th boss, I think it was I was on. There's like you can do this jump attack and then you press another button to do a kind of kick on enemies, because certain enemies can't be harmed by the homing attack, the normal double jump. You have to press a different button instead. He does this kind of cool kick thing, and then you can do the homing attack on the enemy. I just didn't know that was a thing, and then I randomly worked it out by mistake, and I kind of liked that because I felt like, oh my god, I've achieved something in this game. One thing I will say, I like the wisps used in Sonic Colors, but in Sonic Lost World, the wisps are just kind of pointless almost. They're so short-lived. Like you press it, and 2 seconds later, the wisp power is dead. It's over. It's kind of like, I don't really get the point of that.
I was over the wisps as soon as they introduced them.
Oh, really? Okay. I quite enjoyed them in Sonic Colors. But yeah, in this, I'm just like, I feel like this game doesn't need them. Yeah, and the story I think is solid enough. It's quite an interesting story, but it's definitely aimed at kids. So it's very lighthearted. Some of the jokes are very aimed at kids. Simple enough story. But yeah, I'm enjoying the bad guys and everything. So I am going to stand up and say, I like this game. I think it's a solid game. It's fun. I feel maybe it had poor time. If this came out before Galaxy, I think it could have done better. But obviously it didn't. So it came out a few years after Galaxy. So that is my pick of the week. Sonic Lost World. It's on Steam. It's not too. I think it's £20. It's not super cheap. At the same time, it's not a £50 game, which some games are.
Do you have a particularly high-end PC?
My PC's pretty decent. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Scotty and we covered Lost World on the SEGA Addicts podcast years ago. And the one thing that I noticed, because I still have the same computer from then, it was my computer's built 50% nice parts, 50% garbage.
Right.
That literally. And even though it was higher end, like I had some heat distribution problems and only like 8 gigs of memory at the time, and there are certain segments that would slow down. And it was a persistent issue when it re-released on Lost World on Steam back then. Right. So it is one of those ones that when you have a nice PC, it actually runs really well. If you have anything that has any kind of compromised issues on your PC or is just lower end in general, it will run really slowly.
Okay.
So that's the only caveat. I remember liking it decently enough. I had issues about the camera placement, but other than that,
see, I feel like the camera placement in this game is better than Mario Galaxy's. That's one thing that's actually given me a bugbear of Galaxy. So Galaxy, I think, has got a fine camera angle, but there's been certain elements, certain parts where the camera's suddenly gone behind stuff, or I'm upside down, and the camera's actually in a weird angle. I can't seem to run in the right direction anymore. So yeah, I found Galaxy had some weird camera issues for me. So this I haven't had a problem with it. I'm actually, but.
And what I remember was that I felt like the camera was too far back because a lot of the screen I felt got wasted. But considering how much you are rotating to the other side of the cylinder, I didn't do that when I played through it. So I think maybe like it's there to encourage you to explore the other side, because I remember thinking there's a lot of blue space that's just being wasted by the skybox. And I thought it would be,
So yeah, that's actually a good point, because and that sort of goes the multiple paths things I was talking about. I actually noticed some multiple paths just by looking at the skybox. Stuff that seems to be in the background actually is sometimes part of the level. Like you don't necessarily realize it. You can sometimes see like some rails in the background. You think, oh, what's over there? But you probably think, oh, it's just the background. Actually, some of them is actually stuff you can get to if you go a certain way. You'll then go on a springboard, which will take you to that part of the level. So again, that's one of the things I loved about it, like finding out all these different routes on some of the levels. I was like, Jesus, this is really clever. Like the way the levels have connected in different platforming areas and stuff. And there's some bits where they will send you off from like a spring into a cannon and stuff, and the game will sort of take over and it'll bounce you around all over the place. And you don't really know where it's taking you in the level. But another one, on one of the levels, I repeated that bit, but I went a different route and it sent me in a different cannon, and I ended up somewhere completely differently. So I was like, oh, so there is actually a logic in this game. Like you can go completely different routes. So yeah, that could be why then. So yeah, if that was the complaint about the camera angle, I think that's why really. It tries to encourage you to explore and look around, see what you can go to.
And It's probably also that far out with that extra skybox space, like you said, Nick, just because it's more targeted at kids. So to really throw it in their face, like, look how big this area is. You can maybe go over here. You should, make it super obvious, maybe.
And even though it's weirdly targeted to kids, I found this game harder than some of the other Sonic games, and it's definitely harder than Mario Galaxy. As I sort of mentioned before in Mario Galaxy, I was
no challenge.
I was just racking up the lives in Galaxy. On Sonic Lost World, I think the first 2 levels, I was racking up the lives. I got up to like 20 lives and stuff. I was like, I'm doing really well. I've had 3 game overs now, though. I've lost all those lives several times now. And when you get a game over, you start with 9 lives, so you're not sure on lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's just bits I've just screwed up loads of times. Some of it's me trying to do things like I'd see like you get those like red coin token things which you meant to get 5 on each level. I've seen one. I'm like, I can get that. Dead. Go back. Dead. So I've lost lives stupidly by trying my luck, and in the end I've had to just carry on going. And even though I did say earlier about my Surface Book being a bit disappointed with it and stuff, it does actually run okay on the Surface Book. So like it runs like perfectly on the Surface Book actually. There's no slowdown or anything, so it's fine for that.
Can it not run Sonic Lost World?
Exactly, that is it. But yeah, if you haven't, I'm just saying to everybody, if you haven't played it, I'm not going to say it's the best Sonic game or it's better than Mario Galaxy. That's up to you. I think give it a try. I think it's got a lot of bad press for no reason. Like it's not like Sonic 06, which was glitchy, or I don't know, other Sonic games which just had terrible problems with them.
Talking about 06 for ages.
I had 2 quick things about Sonic Lost World. Doesn't the 3DS version, is it severely different, or am I thinking just the bonus levels that are severely different?
So it is quite, the general level progression is very similar, but the actual levels are a bit different. So this is actually says it's the first 3D Sonic game on the 3DS, or like on the handheld, because it does actually have some of the 3D levels, but I do feel it had more 2D levels in this game than the Wii U version, and especially the ice levels seem different from memory, because I can really remember the ice levels on this one, and they're very different to the Wii U version. So yeah, I can't remember everything in it, but from memory, it's different.
No, I only bring that up because since you mentioned it, just in case people are like, what's the cheapest? Or I really like handheld stuff. Maybe I'll try the handheld version of that. I cannot ever tell anyone that the bonus levels in that game are fun. Fuck this.
What are the bonus levels, actually? I think I just do them.
You had to like move your DS around because it was tagged to the gyroscope. And I'm just like, I'm literally upside down in my recliner trying to get through this stupid part because I can't turn that off and turn it whatever way.
Okay, I haven't...
Different Sonic game. I fucking hated those. I'm gonna have to look at them.
I haven't done a bonus level then. What do you do in the bonus levels? Clearly, I haven't been good enough to unlock them.
Just around like a jackass. Maybe I'm thinking of something else because it's not showing them in here. Probably not even worth looking at. But I just remember hating the Sonic game's bonus levels a lot.
Are you saying it was a 3DS version that had the bad bonus levels?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't remember doing any bonus levels in this or the Wii U version, the Steam version.
Maybe I'm entirely wrong. I don't know.
I could be wrong because I'm not the best Sonic player, but yeah.
I don't know either.
God damn it. All right, I'm going to type in bonus level Sonic Lost World. Yep, I typed in 3D2 somehow.
Nice.
Let me look at one here. Maybe I'm thinking of something totally different. We'll cut this out. We'll edit this shit.
Yeah, we'll edit this bit.
What the fuck? I don't remember this at all. Okay, it might be totally different, but it doesn't look like it's fun. It doesn't matter that much. So maybe play the game still? Oh, you guys are frozen from me. No, you're not frozen. You're
we're just looking.
Just looking, yeah. I was trying to see.
Let me just type in gyroscope after that.
I just did a Google for the Wii U version, and there is a bonus DLC pack, which has like a Knights level and stuff, which I did unlock the Knights level after doing something. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's actually a level based on Knights. And you basically go through and fight some of the Knights bosses, but with the Deadly Six. So the Deadly Six are the main bad guys in Lost World, and they're kind of controlling the Knights bosses, and I thought that was a really cool little thing to have in the game.
It is this one. Don't do it. Fuck it. I looked it up.
So what are the bonus levels? Nice. What do you do with them?
It's behind the view of Sonic, and they almost sometimes look reminiscent of Knights because you're following these orbs and stuff, but you have to steer him through rings of things and just paths and stuff, and you literally use the 3DS to steer Sonic as he's flying around in midair.
I do not remember that.
Bad, and I hate it.
Oh my god.
Do you hate it? Do you hate it more because it's aping Knights, a game that you love, and it's doing it poorly?
Anything that makes you move your crap. Yeah. Because also on a handheld, I have to like change my perspective. Never mind putting the 3D on for this game while you're trying to do that. For the 3DS, if you guys remember that. Cool idea, but poorly implemented. Like the fact that you have to turn the screen and like shift yourself, because how am I going to look at the screen when I've got this turned like almost 90 degrees away from me?
Yeah.
But hey, just play the Wii U or PC version. Graham's blown away right now. He somehow got through the game without touching the bonus levels.
Yeah, how did I do that? Like, what? Yeah, I don't know. I'm now trying to look up if the Wii U version's got some, but I can't seem to find any information. So
sorry, I didn't mean to totally derail this.
That's fine. Don't worry. I'm interested now. I'm going to have to do some more Googling. But yeah, so far in the Wii U version, I haven't had any bonus levels other than the Knights unlockable one, which didn't seem like a normal bonus stage that Sonic would normally have. Just seemed like it's just a fun little extra treat thing, basically. But yeah, anyway, let's put that to bed if there's no more questions on that. So, Scotty, what is your pick of the week?
I watched Gemini Man, starring Will Smith and Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
And Will Smith.
And Will Smith also, again.
Yeah.
I like Will Smith's probably one of my favorite actors, but I saw a trailer. I remember seeing a trailer for this in the theaters and just thinking like, oh, whatever. It's another, they made it a CG himself or whatever. But then someone else said, dude, if you want to see the best like example of essentially cloning someone in a movie as they are acting or whatever, like
deep faking, yeah.
So, and I checked it out. I was actually watching it in half-hour increments on my lunch break during the week, which I don't recommend doing for an action movie. But it looks phenomenal. It blew my mind how good the other Will Smith looks. Oh, I guess I should explain the plot. It's almost enemy of the state again, and so Will Smith is running away from someone trying to kill him, and it's actually a clone of himself, but not just a clone, but a younger version of himself. And the trailer does not do it justice, because you don't see how much they're moving around and interacting with each other, and they still are able to. It doesn't look. Graham, you mentioned some parts do look noodly, which there are some parts that they do. But man, this like puts the Star Wars movies to fucking shame.
Yeah.
What I'm always going to compare them to, because the Star Wars movies, when they had, I don't remember his name, but like the hologram or whatever render of people that had passed on.
Tarkin.
They were just,
Grand Moff Tarkin, yeah.
Yeah, they were too shiny and did not look human. But this looks phenomenal because it is Will Smith fighting himself, but there are conversations, and I think what also lends to it is like Will Smith is a young actor, so you can think of like his days in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and you think about that and you look at that and you're like, holy shit, that looks like how he looked when he was in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah.
Do you know anything about the production of it? Because my thought process would be that they would go with deep faking and just get a facially similar actor to Will Smith, and then
I do actually know the answer to that. It was complete CGI apparently.
Wow.
There was an interview with Will Smith, and they said they didn't use a body double and then put CGI over him. It was complete CGI with this one, which blew my mind, because when I saw the movie I was like, oh my god, just like you, Scotty. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, it's not like mocap. I don't even know. It's hard to explain why it looks so good, but I think it's an amalgamation of like, I like Will Smith's. I've seen plenty of his stuff, but I've seen like bad versions of them trying to pull this off, and then also I've played games like David Cage games where the humans look like humans more so than most AAA shit. Because whatever, David Cage aside, those games always look good and raise the bar a little bit for how people in games should look. And so just all of that together was just like, I cannot believe how long they're holding the camera on this fake Will Smith right now, and it still looks decent. Because there are some scenes where like his lips don't move exactly how a human would and things like that. I think you mentioned that, Graham, and I mentioned it in our side chat about stuff, but it blows my mind. And it's a decent action flick, and the unnecessary motorcycle fight is great.
That's so good, yeah.
It's just so, it doesn't need to happen, but it's fun. And I enjoy the canon world that I created for Mary Elizabeth Winstead, because she, for those who don't know, she was Ramona in Scott Pilgrim. She was in Live Free or Die Hard as Bruce Willis's daughter, Lucy McLean, and now she's in this. Right. Yeah, exactly. And I only remember that because we watched it recently. But so in my head, she is Lucy McLean throughout all of this. Like, she is Bruce Willis's daughter, and because in Scott Pilgrim, she comes from New York to Canada. That's where McLeans are from, is New York. Oh, and so she goes up to Canada, hangs out with Scott Pilgrim, and is like, I don't need this bullshit. Goes back to New York, finishes school, which she's in school and Live Free or Die Hard, and Justin Long is like her crush or whatever, and she gets kidnapped. John McClane's daughter and Die Hard and action star. But so she's a badass because she's Bruce Willis, John McClane's daughter. And then she survives that experience, realizes like, I can do some good like my dad, and I have the adrenaline for violence or whatever. And so in this movie with Will Smith, she's an undercover agent for the government and other stuff. So it's like, in my mind, this is one character throughout these three movies, and she's badass all of a sudden because she was essentially a female Die Hard. So that's good. The fun I had with this thing, because it clicked in my head. Like, I mean, I knew who she was, but then with her role, I was like, God, it's like she literally just was actually John McClane's daughter and went into some sort of line of government work, like
for John McClane's son did.
Yeah. Oh God. That Die Hard 5 in my headspace is like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles third movie. I just pretend it doesn't exist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I did not like it, but
in the UK, it wasn't called Die Hard 4. Wasn't called Live Free or Die Hard. It's just called Die Hard 4.0.
Yeah, because I feel like a bunch.
Oh yeah.
It was playing on Channel 4 when I last visited the UK, and it was playing like on repeat. It was like Die Hard 4.0, and I was like, I don't remember it being called that. And then it would play some other movie, and then it would be back to Die Hard 4.0.
Yeah, it would.
Like, man, you guys really like this movie?
So when you said Live Free or Die Hard, I thought that was the fifth one for some reason. So when you started saying about Justin Long, I was like, is it the fifth? I haven't seen the fifth one, but I love Die Hard 4. I thought it was so good. But yeah,
it's actually pretty decent for considering that it was out like 15 or 20 years after Die Hard 3 or something. I forget. Yeah. But overall, this is a good action flick. Gemini Man. Yeah, we are still talking about Will Smith.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's good. Without any spoilers, I'll say the ending I thought was a little weird. And I recommend it as a Will Smith, as an action fan. And it's just to see how far stuff like that has come for recreating humans in movies.
And the one of the bits that I thought was really noodly, as we all put it, in the CGI, was actually one of the very last scenes in the whole movie.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I was like, because like there's as you say, there's a couple of bits. There's like, especially one of the first bits when they first face to face up close, and as you say, they're kind of holding the camera on both of them. And it's kind of a bit of an action scene. The visuals there were just like spot on. It's like, this is, as you say, this is Will Smith. And then in like the last scene, it's like, that's clearly a CGI guy right there. But for most of the movie, it is just like, this is Will Smith and Will Smith. Like, you know, there's two actors on the screen right now. It's so well done. I bet in like 10 years, they'll be like, look at this, look at these visuals.
Oh, sure.
Like,
Yeah.
always happens. But
I don't want to hype it up a lot, but there were, I mean, and I'm pretty critical of movies and things like this, because you go back, and I like B movies and stuff, but if you go back even to stuff that was AAA or whatever, big blockbusters, some of the CG stuff was like, man, that creature, that monster, that person is just so shiny, you can tell that's just a computer generated whatever. But there were parts of this where I was like staring at the young Will Smith, and I wasn't even listening to what they were saying, that I had to like rewind and listen to the conversations again, because I was just like, I can't believe, like, I think that's him. That is really him. Man, look at those lips, you know.
Reached back in time and pulled young Will Smith.
yeah,
Right.
I bet that's what's going to come out eventually, that the production studio found a time machine. They actually went back and said, Will, come along, let's do this.
I would be surprised if, knowing the dumb human race, like, we discover time travel, but we use it for movies, nothing good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we need some good period pieces. Let's go back in time, guys. Let's film like 1800s London.
Yeah. Have you seen that yet, Nick? Gemini Man?
No, but you've hyped me up, because I saw it, and I think I have access to see it, and I've never been like, I really want to see it.
What did I watched it on Amazon Prime. Yeah, it's on
Okay, yeah, because I was just like, I'm kind of interested, but not enough to sit down and really watch it.
The story,
especially,
but the visuals are what sold it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
especially because, go ahead.
Oh, so I was just going to say, if you just enjoy a fun action movie, that's kind of what, it's not going to change your life or anything other than the visuals, but yeah, it's just a solid action movie. So yeah, just turn it on and strap in.
Yeah, no. The only thing that shied me away from it, because I was like, do I really want to see a movie where Will Smith fights Will Smith? But I mean, you're selling me on it, and so I think I probably will.
Very cool.
Brilliant. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, we sold someone. Excellent. You're doing a good job this week, Scotty. You're selling people on different things. So.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you want to go the extreme crazy Scotty route, watch Scott Pilgrim and then Live Free or Die Hard, and then Gemini Man.
I could see Live Free or Die Hard a fourth time this year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, please do.
Or something.
Wow. Okay. So I guess that'll put our picks of the week to bed. And yeah, good stuff. Good, very good picks. If anyone's interested in them, play them, watch them. Let us know. Let us know how it is for you. Obviously, everyone's going to hate Sonic Lost World, but I think it's worth it. Just try. Don't worry about it, guys. It's fine. We're all in lockdown. We're all in this together. Don't worry. Anyway, so yeah, we'll put that to bed now. We'll shut that door, and let's move on to our feature discussion of the week. So, as always, we mix it up each week. We're bringing back another feature discussion which we had previously, which is Graham's Guess the Game. And so, essentially, it's a game where we each give each other... we've each picked a game, but we've hidden our choices from each other. And then the chooser will give out 10 facts, 5 hard and 5 easy. And after each fact is given... the guessers will then have a chance to guess the game. If they don't guess the game right, the chooser will then read out one of the other facts and so on until those 5 hard and 5 easy guesses are given out. If no one's guessed the game at that point, the two guessers will get a chance to ask yes or no questions. And if after 5 yes or no questions each, nothing's been the game hasn't been picked, then the chooser gets the point. This is a really convoluted way of explaining it, but hopefully everyone understands. If you watched it previously, you'll understand. So yeah, and we're keeping the scores going for each one of these we do. So Scotty is actually in the lead right now with 2 points after the first game we had. Woohoo! Chris is in second place with 1 point. And then joint last is Graham with 0, and the All-Star cast, which is Nick currently, also 0 points. So yeah, each time we have a guest on and we play this show, they will be part of the All-Star cast. So Nick, it's all up to you. Now's your chance to shine. You can boost up the score for the All-Stars. You could actually get a perfect 3 on this game by guessing our 2 games and also not guessing us guess your game. So you could get a 3. You could be on the top of the leaderboard after with 1 round. So
I love concept of being an all-star, and I describe
Yeah.
myself as an internet hermit.
You can put it on your resume on your next job.
Yeah.
All-star hermits. That'll do.
Yeah, so with this, we are going to be keeping track. For audio listeners, it might seem like things are getting guessed a little quickly because we're going to get rid of the dead air. Just this is kind of shopkeeping ahead of time here, letting you guys know what we're doing. But I'm going to have I'm going to have a timer set. So when I say the clue, I'm going to start the timer. It's 10 seconds for them to shout something. And
Okay.
Graham, what do you think about the phone a friend type thing where it's internet Google, where it's like a 10-second Google search? My idea with that is if like these are just so out of left field, you have no idea. I will, for the timer, if you say I want to use my Google reach out or whatever we want to call it, the Google grab, I don't know. I'll think of something fun, maybe.
Yeah.
Then I will start a timer. You get 10 seconds to Google whatever you do, and I will stop the timer, and you can... Because that could actually, if you know exactly what to look for, you could definitely find an answer by Googling.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to make it too easy, though? What do you think?
I think to preface this, Chris, last time when we played, we learned a lot of things about him that had we maybe a friend we would know, because we couldn't guess anything. He's like, oh, the Japanese name of this game is blah, 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 blah. And then we finally, it ends up being Yo Noid on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And then we also learn how big of a fan Chris was of Yo Noid, just the Noid in general. Because no joke, he grabs out of frame a Noid plushie, and he's like, guys, that's the Noid. And we're like, fuck you. We didn't know that.
And for any listeners or audience who didn't see the last time we did this, I don't even know what the Noid is. It's not a thing over here in the UK. The game didn't come out over here. So yeah, I was so not going to get this at all on any level.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we can do that. We can do the Google.
So
Okay.
hopefully this will be fun. Thank you for being patient, listeners. But honestly, this has been, for me, it was the most fun new thing that Graham's thrown at the podcast. So I'm glad we're doing it again.
Okay, this was something that tickled your fancy.
Yeah, my taste buds, as you said once.
Tickled your taste buds, yes.
So I'll go first, and if you guys want, because I've got my 5 and my 5 hard, 5 easy.
Yeah.
Some ideas behind that. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with my first clue. Number 1, it has a fake ending. Oh, Graham. Oh, you both kind of went up at the same time.
I'm going to go for Advent Rising.
No.
Damn it.
Shoot, I was gonna go for Silent Hill.
Fine. So that's fine. That could be each of your first guesses then. So my next clue is it predicted the future of the Terminator movies. Oh man, I realize as I say this out loud, this is a harder clue than I meant for it to be. Oh, that was the 10 seconds already. Do you guys each have a guess?
No.
No,
Terminator 3.
No idea.
God.
You don't Did you say
Terminator 4.
Well, it's supposed to be a game. I don't know if there was a Terminator.
There was a Terminator 3 game. I owned it on the Xbox original and it was terrible. It was one of the worst games I've ever bought. It's so bad.
I don't know if Terminator 4 is a game.
Rise of the... I don't even remember what the fourth movie was called now. Third clue here. It was based off a comic book that was short-lived.
Good.
Oh, Graham,
Okay.
yes.
The Watchmen?
Is there a Watchmen game?
Yeah,
There is.
There is.
Oh, it is not that.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Nick, do you have a good guess?
Walking Dead. That's just a long-lived comic, damn it.
Yeah, that's a very general one. This is hard clue number 4. The first level is the Hoover Dam.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh, no.
Graham, you break first.
No, it's the game I was just about to get is not correct. Damn it. I'll guess a different one. Time Splitters 2.
Oh, okay. I don't remember how that game starts, but no, that's not
Oh,
it.
damn.
Nick,
Okay, never
you
mind.
got-
I was gonna guess 13.
Oh, okay. I've not played that one either. I know that's one I need to play, but no, it's not that.
Shoot.
That was a weird, like, stylized cel-shaded game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I am thinking of the right one. No, it is not that. So
Apologies.
on this fifth clue, then you're both going to use your search.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So clue number 5, it has Chun-Li in it, but it is not a Street Fighter game.
Oh.
Oh, all right. You don't even want to use your search?
No, I don't even want to use it. Is it Cannon Spike?
No, that's a good guess, though. I didn't even think
Damn
about
it.
throwing
Oh,
that in there.
I just wasted that clue. I've wasted that guess, haven't I?
Okay.
Damn it.
Well, I'm gonna.
That's okay. Nick, do you using your search?
Yeah.
On your mark, get set, Google. So we've got fake ending, predicted the future of Terminator movies based off a comic book. First level is the Hoover Dam, has Chun-Li in it, but it is not a Street Fighter game. And that's time.
Shit.
What? Got anything?
No, because I started with including Chun-Li, and it's like Udon Comics, Street Fighter the game, and I was like, fuck.
I see where you're going there. That's a good idea, though, Graham. Cannon Spike. I didn't even think about that. But I don't know if I know Cammy's in that. I don't know if it's Chun-Li
I could be wrong if Chun-Li's in that or not. I've only played it once. I don't know. Yeah, I just threw it out there. I just threw it out there.
Now we're going into the easy question or the easy clues.
Okay.
Let me reset that. Easy clue number 1. There are 3 characters to play as in it. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep.
This is probably wrong, but is it Final Fight?
Nope.
Damn it.
Good guess. Nick, you got
no, Castlevania 3.
Okay. Nope. Easy clue number 2. Contra style gameplay. That is time. Anybody got a guess?
The
So
Punisher.
it's not a Contra game if I said it's Contra style gameplay. Or I could go and call it that too, but what'd you say, Nick?
I said the Punisher.
Punisher. No. You mean the arcade?
I can't even think of.
Okay, this next one might give it away. Give it away now. This is the next easy clue. You play as dinosaurs. I realize now I picked too hard of a game to get.
It's got Chun. Wait, is Chun-Li actually a playable character or not? I take it no.
Answer yes or no questions yet?
Ah. Okay, maybe I do not know. No idea so far.
Guess for a game at all right now?
Dino D-Day.
Dino. What the hell is that?
It's absolutely not. I'm just throwing out game names now. It's a World War II game with the dinosaurs.
Okay. I want to say that's close, but I don't know because I don't know what that game is exactly.
It's a first-person shooter. So no.
Oh. All right. The next easy clue. Maybe I should have started with this one. I'm sorry for everything. It's a Sega Genesis or Mega Drive exclusive.
Oh my god. Gotta look at my shelf.
Oh no.
I definitely don't have it because I've no idea what it is.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh wait, it's not. This is a massive guess. Primal Rage.
Ooh, good guess, but no.
Damn it. I don't even know that's exclusive. But I
Talking
know
like
it's
a
on Mega Drive.
video now.
Oh man.
We're gonna throw it on over to Nick. What do you think it is, Nick?
Tiny Toon Adventures.
All those dinosaurs that you play as in Tiny Toon Adventure. No.
I cannot think.
Okay.
Of
Final clue. And I feel bad, so if you guys want to use another Google search or Bing search, I will allow it.
I can use Ask Jeeves this time, I think.
Yeah.
My lord.
All right. Final clue. They are mercenaries for hire, but not just mercenaries for hire.
Oh,
Yes?
is it Mercs?
No.
Damn it! God damn it!
Use your Bing. He's giving us a second.
Yeah. Just fucking.
All right.
I'll restart the timer if you guys want to, and I'll give you the 10 seconds to search it, starting right now. So we've got fake ending, predicted the future of the Terminator movies based off a comic book.
Okay.
First was the Hoover Dam. Oh, Nick's got something. What do you got, Nick?
Dinosaurs for hire.
He's got it.
What is that?
I don't know, but when I search Sega Genesis
realize that-
dinosaur games, it comes up.
Oh god.
Hell yeah.
That's just
Hell yeah.
that's actually just coming from my search.
I-
It's a bit slower. Dinosaurs for hire.
Okay. I realized after the fact, and if you want to boot me from this game forever, that's fine. This didn't release in the UK.
Oh, damn it! What is this? I've never even seen this comic book either. Oh my god!
It released in Brazil and the US, but
That's
Brazil had
awesome.
Mega Drive. They called it the Mega Drive, so I assumed that meant it had a PAL release when I was looking at the box art and stuff. So I apologize.
Wow.
Yeah, so let me go back to some of my clues here because there's no way you guys will get this, or there's no way these would have helped now, I realize in retrospect, I mean. So you can play as 3 different dinosaurs, a T-Rex, Triceratops, and a Stegosaurus. It is Contra style. It has a fake ending in that the game starts with this giant dinosaur crawling up the side of the Hoover Dam, and your dino enters from the right, kills him. He's like a big final boss type thing, and then this pterodactyl runs in and says, pterodactyl flies in after you defeat the boss and says, the credits start rising, like the credits start rolling, and this is the start of the game.
Yeah.
And this pterodactyl flies in, he's like, whoa, slight problem with your Genesis Blast processing unit, psych. Anyway, the real game starts here. Good luck, you'll need it. So it had a fake ending.
That's
Okay.
hilarious.
The way it predicts the Terminator movies, each dino, as you pick them, you have a kind of a short biography, like their favorite foods, their height, their personality, favorite movies. One of the favorite movies of one of the dinosaurs, it says Reese's profile. It says favorite movies are Terminator, Terminator 2, and Terminator 3, in parentheses, he's hoping, because it wasn't out yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Asshole. And then another one where it says has Chun-Li in it, but not a Street Fighter game for my clue. Lorenzo the Triceratops, for his likes, it literally says likes Chun-Li video games, X-Mutant comic books. So somehow that got past licensing and shit. The game got it's made by it's a first-party Sega game through Sega Interactive,
Wow.
but somehow they had literally Chun-Li is stated in. It's not like spelled differently or anything.
Okay.
It's based off
That's
of.
hilarious.
So it's a fun game. It's a difficult game, but it's a run and gun like Contra. It's a cool co-op game.
Okay. Man.
Amazon says 5 stars.
There we go. If you're on Amazon, there is a great review of it involving some dude talking about him and his buddy Buzz playing it.
Okay.
Because I thought about including that in
Yes.
one of the clues. It's great.
Oh man. Okay, yeah. From now on, double check your games actually released in the regions that the people are in, please.
Sorry.
Oh dear. Nick, can you double check that for your game, please? I'm pretty sure my game.
I don't need
was,
to. I don't.
Okay,
I don't
good.
need to. I know that it is.
Am I
Okay.
disqualified?
Yeah, it's a pass. All Stars gets a point. Well done, Nick. Well done. You're on it. You're doing it. Well done. Okay, Nick.
Okay, so my
What's that about?
first hint is the most notable dev on this game is Chris Avallone.
I don't even know who that is.
So bad. Who the hell is that? Avalon. No, that's John Mayer.
That's 10 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna figure out a way to make it so that it's not making that noise.
That's quite
Any
interesting.
guesses?
I don't even know who that person is.
Okay.
So I would Payday 2.
Fuck you, Scotty.
Is that correct? Or
No.
oh, okay.
Hey, from the SEGA Addicts podcast, that was the game when we used to talk about our week in gaming. Almost every week, I was talking about Payday 2 because it was the one game that me and my friends all played together. So it was the one that I would consistently play.
Okay.
And so Scotty got sick to death of hearing about Payday 2.
I wasn't sick of it, but I was just like, we may have to ask Nick what part of Payday 2 he played rather than what game.
Yeah, he did. All right. This game was released on.
Big Graham, or do you want to?
I don't even know who this person is. I can't even.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no idea. No idea.
I'm Googling on my chance then.
Yeah. This game runs on the Odyssey engine.
Fucking what?
Of course it does. I know this game.
By Odyssey? Do you mean Assassin's Creed Odyssey? Are we allowed to even ask that?
We have the yes/no questions, don't we?
Later on we do. You have to ask as the next
so-
question. I think. Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
just jot a note down for myself. I'm gonna jot down the clues for myself. Engine some. I know what engine some things run on, but not all games.
Yeah.
Do you have a guess?
No, I'm not very good with engines. I know like the Naomi boards and stuff, or like Sega stuff. I don't know. I'm annoyed.
Is it Fallout? So I can't remember the name of the one that was Fallout New Vegas.
No. I'm gonna do a twofer here.
Tooth. Okay.
Yeah. This game released on the Xbox and all Microsoft platforms on December 6th of 2004.
Ooh, okay. The date will help me a little bit, maybe.
Okay.
I have a guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it Crisis?
It is not Crisis.
I'm going to look at my Xbox games. What have we got there? Oh, God. Jesus, I can't even see where my Xbox games are. I've got Xbox 360. I don't know. I have no idea on this one at all. So.
No. Next clue. Like Scotty's game, this game is based on a comic book as a part of a larger franchise. Guesses.
Battle Engine Aquila.
What?
It's an Xbox game on my shelf. Battle Engine Aquila. It's a brilliant game, by the way. You should play this. It's so
I don't
good.
even know. That looks
What
like
in the hell?
It's like a mech game, and it's freaking amazing. It's like such a cool mech game.
Okay. I mean, you sold me. Mech game. Love it.
describe the box art.
Yeah, it's a mech that can turn into like a plane thing as well. So it's really awesome. I love it.
I don't know
Scotty?
what was on the cover of that. It looked like the penis of a alien mech. What?
It did, right?
What about... Oh, I forgot. I just forgot. What was the last clue you just gave? I already
Based
forgot it.
loosely on a comic book as a part of a larger franchise.
Oh.
Comic.
Serious Sam 2?
No.
Yeah,
Okay. Fair enough.
it's not.
Last hard clue. This game is included in the book 1001 Video Games You Must Play Before You Die.
I have that book somewhere.
For love.
Quickly,
Let's
let's do all 1001.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Could we have a few minutes to do that?
That is,
1000.
if you want to do that in lieu of a Google search, you can.
I don't even know where my book is. It's
I am-
somewhere.
So I'll give you guys the opportunity. I'll reread all of my clues. Okay.
Okay.
The most notable dev on this game is Chris Avallone. It runs on the Odyssey engine. Released on the Xbox and all Microsoft platforms on December 6th of 2004. I don't know why I wrote December 12th. I don't know what was wrong with me.
That's my birthday. Way.
Oh,
So thank you. There you
happy early birthday.
go. Thanks.
you look good for 16, I gotta say.
Yeah. Wait, is that okay? No, carry on.
16 years ago. It was based loosely on a comic book as a part of a larger franchise. And it is included in the book 1001 Games to Play Before You Die.
Oh my god. Yeah. No, for the hard clues, I've got no freaking idea.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
ready
you-
for search though.
Yeah, you have your Google search. I'll let you guys get on the keyboard, open a tab, let me know when you're ready to do that.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, and go.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. I've got a guess.
Okay,
it
I'm gonna let the timer run.
Okay.
Stop.
I got it too.
Okay, what do you got?
First.
Is it Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 2?
It is. Yeah. See,
Oh.
giving the exact date, I think probably fucked me up. I don't know if I should do that.
I actually just put in Chris Avallone 2004 game, and that's the first thing that
Yeah.
came up for me.
Yeah.
It took too long with my search. I put in Chris Avallone Xbox 2004, and the first thing that I saw was Neverwinter Nights.
Yeah.
No, okay.
So,
Was that based on a comic book though? Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic is a comic book franchise as a part of the Star Wars expanded universe.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, the original Knights of the Old Republic were like pre-technology, like early technology. the game popularized the modern iteration of Knights of the Old Republic, which is just the way thousands of years ago before the movies. Still mostly the same technology. The reason I said New Vegas is a good guess is because the game is developed by Obsidian Entertainment, who developed Fallout New Vegas.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Okay.
Solid.
That was good.
One of my favorite.
More importantly, I got a point. Yes, I'm on the
You're on the
scoreboard.
board.
Woohoo! This is good.
Yeah, curious what the easy clues were.
The easy clues. Yeah, sure. Single player RPG made by Obsidian Entertainment.
I would have got. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have just guessed the first one though, not number 2. Cause I don't know why I'd have had that in my head, but yeah.
Features mini games like Pazak and Swoop Racing. Characters include Atten Rand, Visas Mar, and Kreia. Its most popular character is HK-47. And the easiest clue is that the game is a part of the Star Wars universe.
Okay, yeah. Brilliant. That's that was a good one. I like that. That was really good.
Perfect.
Okay. So, I'll get my timer ready. Are you guys ready for my round?
Do it.
Indeed.
Cool. Okay, so first clue number 1. Hard clue. It was originally released in 1999 in the arcade.
Oh, for God's sake.
I'm making mine harder this week because last week you got after 2 guesses, so screw you.
I have a guess.
What's your guess?
Is it Outrigger?
It is not Outrigger.
I would guess that X-Men arcade game, the 4-player. I don't remember what it's called.
No, you are wrong. I should write these down actually. X-Men and Outrigger. Okay, next clue. It received a console port in the year 2000.
I got it.
Okay, Scotty.
Power Stone?
No, it is not Power Stone.
I couldn't read your expression for a minute, and I thought you were just about to get really mad.
Oh, wait, me or
Graham? There was just like very flat, and he's like, "No."
I just flipped the table. God damn it, Scotty! Last time. Okay, Nick, have you got a guess?
Shit, I got distracted. You said console port 2000. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
No.
Damn.
NBC 2. Okay, right. Okay, next clue. It had a re-release in 2008.
Do you have music playing with your timer or something? You're like dancing?
No, I'm just dancing to it.
Excitable.
That is time up, gentlemen.
Okay.
I have no idea. So Nick, you go first if you got one.
Time Crisis 3?
No,
Or
you're
Time Crisis?
incorrect.
Damn.
Ooh. No, that was... I'll guess anyway. House of the Dead 2.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it... Yeah.
Okay. Card clue number 4. To help... Okay, this is a bit of a long one for me to write. To help promote the re-release, the 2008 re-release, an online Flash minigame was created, and at the end of the Flash game, players were treated to a video trailer showing the console re-release. Oh no, where's my timer gone? Ah!
Wait, a mobile game was released in 08?
As a Flash, okay, a sort of a Flash browser game. I'll start a timer again. Like a Flash game on browsers.
Yeah.
They should play on the internet, sir.
Thanks.
We use the keyboard and mouse to play the game on the line. And that is time up.
You know what a keyboard and mouse is, right, Scotty?
I think so. There's a lot of notes that come out of it.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the musical keyboard that you might play the synthesizer music on, sir. No.
I'm not... Wait, did you think I was serious?
I was kind of... Don't worry, it's fine.
Flash game with it. What the hell would have been...
Any guesses?
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal? No.
But I'm pretty sure that was a console game, not a arcade one.
Arcade release. Are you Hydro Thunder?
Hydro Thunder. You're incorrect. I'm sorry. No.
I thought you were going to use Hurricane as a remake of it.
No, that's a good shout, though.
There wasn't a Flash game that just had the Windows Phone game.
Which is amazing. Anyway, carry on. It genuinely was. But, okay, next clue. Hard clue, number 5, which I think this could just give it all away for everybody. It was directed by Shun Nakamura. And that is time, gentlemen. There's 10 seconds. Have you got a clue? Have you got a guess, or would you like to do your Google Bing?
I would like to do
Yahoo
Google
search?
Bing search.
Oh, yeah, let me get my tab ready.
I feel like you're going to get it instantly with this. Okay, so I do a countdown timer. Go.
What?
Anyone?
I have no fucking clue.
No
Go ahead.
clue.
Choo Choo Rocket?
It is not Choo Choo Rocket. Add that to this thing.
I think I messed up the search of it.
Okay. Well, now we're on to the easy clues. This is the exciting
wonder-
part. Let's do this.
Hey, I didn't get the guess. Let me guess.
You said you had no idea. What's your guess? What's your guess then? Fine. What's your guess?
Was he the director of the 08 version or the original? I don't think that matters.
I don't know, actually. I'll double check this for you. But
None
I
of
think,
these are arcade games. Fuck me.
okay.
Sonic Riders.
Sonic Riders. Oh my god. You're so wrong.
That wasn't
Yes,
in
wow.
'99, man.
No, it wasn't, but it had an arcade release, I think. Maybe it
Oh,
didn't.
wow.
It started in arcades.
Ugh. I have no
Okay.
idea.
Okay, well, yeah, you had your guess with Sonic Riders, so yeah, good. Right, so easy clue number 1. Okay, just get my timer out. My phone keeps locking, it's really annoying, sorry. The original console release required a special peripheral. The 2008 re-release did not.
Is it Rez?
What?
Is that your guess? I'll let the countdown timer go.
I got excited.
It is not Rez, Scotty. It is not
Yeah.
Rez. Interesting shout.
Excite Bike. Just throwing away my guess.
Excite
Sorry,
Bike.
the reason I reacted so harshly is because when you said Rez, I heard Fez, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, Rez had a vibrate thing.
I did,
For-
yeah.
It wasn't required, but it did also get re-released, though, sort of.
Yeah.
But it was definitely never an arcade game. I don't think. I don't know.
Okay. And was Excite Bike your actual guess there, Nick?
Yeah,
I'll take it. I'll take your first guess, whatever it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Easy clue number 2. One of the main songs in the game is a famous song by the German band Bellini.
That's an easy clue.
If you know the band Bellini and pop music, you may actually know this.
I was asleep that year.
Okay, that is time up. Actually, I'm afraid. I told you to make it
know.
as harder than last time because you made it's too easy.
Rip Van Winkle.
Is it gonna be Samba de Amigo?
Oh my god, you got it right.
Ah,
That's genuinely right. Yeah,
nice.
Scotty got a point.
I used my fucking Google search and I just scrolled down to references, and for some reason Samba de Amigo was in here, but it wasn't. It's not even on his list of production history. What the
Oh,
fuck?
it should be.
Yeah, well,
Interesting.
he is a pile of crap.
So in my Wikipedia it says director Shun Nakamura.
Oh,
Interesting.
Shin? Like SHIN? Because I did SHUN.
Yeah, SHUN Shun Nakamura.
I don't know. Fuck Wikipedia, I guess.
Okay, but
Shoot.
there you go. Yeah, and my other clues were the title character appears in the Sonic All-Stars racing games. The title character wears a hat. And a standout feature of the game is its use of Latin music and pop songs.
That would have given it away.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I knew
okay.
I knew you had the yes or no questions at the end, so I didn't want to make them too easy. But yeah, we go.
Okay. Production history. He did the Dreamcast one, and then it's not mentioned as the re-release is not mentioned on here. It looks like on his original.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't.
look,
Yeah.
I looked up Bellini, and they've released their first single, Samba de Janeiro.
Yeah, that's the title song for the game. That's the song there. Samba di Janeiro. Dun, dun, dun. I can't do the song. Anyway. But yeah, when you play the game, that's like the main song that's really in it. Like,
which hard clue or easy clue was that? Which one was that? Number 3 or something?
What the Bellini one was number 2 for the easy clues.
I mean, like, which one did I get it on? Which clue?
You got it on the Bellini one, didn't you?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was because I didn't do the All Stars Racing question, and that's the next question.
Oh, so that was easy question number 3, is what I'm saying.
You got it on easy question number 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll take it, regardless. Oh boy, that was a good one. That was a reasonable one.
There we go. Yeah, so for those playing at home, did you guess them? Did you guess them quicker than us as well? Or were they just ridiculously hard and you now screaming at us for all this stuff? But I hope you enjoyed it.
For hire.
Dinosaurs for Hire, the classic game that everyone, yeah.
I think every time we do this, either you or Chris or the All-Star person is going to do a game that's not being released in the UK, and I'm never going to get it. So like, something I have no reference to in my life. I'm like, what?
We'll do better research next time in regards to that.
Something based off a comic book or an advert. It's only in America. That's going to be the thing. I'm just going, God damn it!
It's based off that great American restaurant. I guess in my head I was like, this is a game that Graham would play. I could see him playing this. So that just bypassed every other piece of logic in my head.
I'd probably love it. I'd probably also love that Yo Noid game as well. But my God, yeah, no idea.
Nobody actually plays that game.
Oh dear, sounds like Chris did. But anyway, brilliant. So that does it for that feature, and also does it for the rest of the show. Scotty, do we have any announcements or anything to give out?
We could make an announcement of who actually won the Dreamcast during the marathon, because we, due to logistics and other stuff, we didn't figure that out at the time of finishing the show, marathon, whatever. But this year it was Pyrovash 88, so we will be contacting them and letting them know they won a Dreamcast console and a copy of Pen Pen Triisolon and Sega Bass Fishing.
Nice
solid.
Awesome.
Solid games.
And runner-up was Caesar. He actually won the Dreamcast last year, but he is also that just both of them are insane for sticking with us that long. Insanely awesome, I should say, for chatting. We had to combine more so the active in the chat the most, because someone can definitely just turn on the stream and leave it running and walk away from their computer. But yeah, so Pyrovash, congratulations, you won a Dreamcast, and it's gonna be getting to you. We'll let you know. We'll contact you and everything. And I'll announce this elsewhere because we don't want to assume just everybody listens to the podcast and nothing else. So
yeah, that's good. No, brilliant. And Nick, do you want to do any shout outs? Have you got any projects ongoing at the moment, like podcasts and stuff that you're doing or anything like that you want to talk about?
I have some things. I think I'm going to be overhauling my Twitter and my whole social media pretty soon here. And I would just say, if some of the folks who've listened to the old SEGA Addicts podcast, I'm still alive, not dead yet. And if you are curious about what I'm up to, you can follow me on Twitter at the Nic Flair, on Instagram at the Nic Flair, and I have a personal blog that I update when I remember to, so not very often. storieswithnick.blog. So.
Okay, brilliant. Fantastic. Check those out. Yeah. And thanks everybody for watching or listening and sticking with us. And hope you enjoyed the show. And as always, give us feedback. Let us know what's going on. And cheers. Just be excellent to each other.
Yeah, don't forget, you can also still donate to Extra Life if you want to.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do it.
See ya.
Beautiful.
Are you haunted? Were you haunting us?
Yeah, it's October.
Of course, I should have said that, actually. It's October.
Nice.
That's so good.